Hello, 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 hello. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream, and how are we doing? How are we doing? Live a little bit earlier today, because we are supposedly getting this not live broadcast, special program, right? That's supposed to go live in about 14 minutes. 14 minutes. So we're gonna hang out with this and see what's crack-a-lacking. Because that is what time it goes live, right? In about 40 minutes, right? Half 11. It's 7:30 UTC plus 8, which for UK time is 11:30, isn't it? Right? I'm like 99.99999% sure that's correct, right? Let me just double check. Yeah, 11:30. So yeah, should be in about 40 minutes. I'm looking forward to this. What we thinking, chat? What we thinking? Pixie's live after the 7-hour stream. Yeah, you know what? It was a blast, though, man. I think my brain was cabbage to the end, because I was struggling with that fight at the end. Not like oh, this is a super hard, too hard fight. It was just my comprehension of what I should have been doing. I was having a look back, and I was like, I definitely should have been having Don challenge the his spear skill, because she's got the Cantel buff of plot armor, yeah. So probably should have done that, but it was really fun, man. It was really fun. I saw that, JSN. I saw that. So yeah, so a bunch of leaks been going around recently, right? With have you seen the stuff with GTA as well? That shit's quite crazy, man. Like, apparently that dude's got like the entire game files, right, and the game build, not just like leaking images and stuff and footage. Like, actually, bro has the game. I've heard some people saying he's already been arrested there, but I don't know how true that is. But yeah, Rockstar, I think Take-Two lost $2 billion in valuation, didn't they? Off their market value because of the leaks. What am I hoping to see this stream? I would like to see this is not the best music to have in the background when we're just chatting. Let me find some whirling music. You know, for me, it's like it's good content, but it's not doing anything like that's sort of new. So I'm hoping that we get something like that. It'd be kind of cool if we did get some I guess teasers towards the next CC as well. Maybe that'd be kind of cool. So I suppose for me, definitely a new region, something to do with IS or IS like. Maybe some teasers for CC. Of course, I'm expecting new character stuff, right? We're going to get new info on new characters coming up. Probably some story teasers as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they show off some new factory stuff. Maybe tease some new pieces of the factory, some new tech, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. What you guys looking for? What you guys hoping to see in this special program? Let me just say hello to everybody as well, man. Yo, Flix, what's going on, dude? Not known, Baku, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Yo, Jamie, how's it going? JSN Dragon as well. Shout out to you. Oninonik, welcome to the stream. No, Oninonik, no. Welcome to the stream. Leon, welcome to the stream. Lil Told as well, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Story teasers are going to leak the entire story of boss stage again. True. That's one thing that I hope to see as well, actually. Yeah, Flix is right. I hope to see they stop fucking spoiling the story. That'd be nice. Hypergryph. That'd be nice, right? Like, that's one thing I think you are so fucking bad at doing right now. There is no need to do it. Just give us a little insight, a quick little 30-second quip. Like, even if they show off like the region a little bit and just some passing, you know, sort of shots. Boom, done, great, awesome. You don't need to like give me an introduction to what's going on in the story, which kind of sometimes spoils what's happening right at the start, then explain the adventure we're going on, and then tend to show the fucking boss fight as well. It's like, we don't need to do that. We do not need to do that. So I agree with that as well. Let's stop doing that. Let's stop doing that, because there's no need, man. There's no need. There's enough hype, well, at least for me anyway, without doing that. I don't know if other people feel differently, but I definitely do not need to see all of the story. Lissandra, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. I want to see some Steam nights. Ooh, yeah, that'd be kind of dope, actually, Aces. We already got a bike, the one on display. Yeah, I don't want to see something like that. Wait, I've said this before, right? Because looking at the bike in Enfield, it's more like a dirt bike, right? If they, because I said this about Wua, if they could introduce a bike right, a vehicle that had some really good physics, you know, it felt like you could get down tight little areas and it reacted well to the environment in terms of like the terrain and stuff like that, because that's important, and it didn't require drastic map changes. Now, of course, you could have spaces fitty, like, you know, some nice dirt tracks and open areas where you could zip around, and maybe even some little jumps to cross and stuff, like maybe to get some of the the Aureline and stuff. That'd be kind of cool, but like it'd have to really be like sort of limited for me. I would hate to see something introduced that just ruined the map design, because that's a massive positive for me in this game. I think we've got insane map design, and personally in the action gacha games, the best map design, right? You know, because obviously with games like Zenless and Star Rail, a bit more linear, more traditional sort of linear JRPG stuff, which works perfectly fine for what they're doing. But in the open world stuff, I'd argue that Endfield has the best stuff. Like, I'd say after Endfield, it probably might be NTE for me, because it's just an urban sandbox type map, isn't it? Which is fine. But yeah, I really like the map design in Endfield. So whatever, and I don't mind certain regions or certain maps and sub-regions within regions being a bit different, right? Because of course I want variety. I don't mind something being a bit more open if it makes sense. You know what I mean? I just don't want it for the sake of it. I was just joking. Oh, no. We've spoken about this before, right? Lots of times. Because it would be kind of funny to make a video of how, damn, the bike works in Enfield. Just because some people have been really angry about it. But yeah. I've very much like the map flow, the actual environmental design. It's like say, it's reminiscent of sort of, to me, sort of more larger scale, like JRPGs of back in the day, like at the PS3 era and stuff. Like just, you know, obviously a bit prettier because we're where we're at visually and stuff now. It's very nostalgic for me when I'm traversing around Enfield, and I wouldn't want it to go down the Genshin route, even though Genshin's fine, and Wu's fine as well, right? But I don't want to scale up personally. I quite like the more contained, sort of semi-restrictive environmental design, right? It works. It's a pleasure to explore in Enfield. It's one of my favourite things to do in Enfield, actually. I think it is. Like, combat's good in Enfield. Actually, it's great in Enfield. Events are fine. The story's good. But for me, the biggest pleasure I get out of the game is just in exploring the environments and collecting stuff in the areas. It's just nice. It's just nice to do. Enfield barely beating ChatGPT in world design. Nah, you're talking shit now, Baku. I think sometimes you have some fair points, but you're talking shit now, mate. The bikes are promised to us since the intro. Well, there is that. There is that, right? Again, for me, it has to work well, right? Has to work well. What if they make a complete meme and just keep crashing the bike every new zone? I'd kind of... you're calling NTE ChatGPT. Well, can't really argue harshly against that with the recent revelations we've seen, right? Again, I'm not one of these people who's like, my head explodes when I see it, but like, it's like, man, yeah, the quality control over there needs some work if they're going to be doing what they're doing. Anyway, Jesus. But yeah, no, I think Enfield, personally, that's one thing I'll die on that hill, personally. Now, and of course, it's all subjective, right? It is all subjective. But like, I prefer Enfield's combat over Wua and over Genshin, and I think over Zenless as well. Definitely over NTE. Star Rail's just a different thing altogether, right? Star Rail's just a different thing altogether. But yeah, I think the combat for me, you know, and story, that's a totally subjective thing, and they're at different points. I think Enfield's probably more interesting to me than Wua was at 1.3, 1.4. I think I was maybe more interested in Zenless than Enfield at 1.4, because I think Zenless was at its kind of peak, really, in 1.4. Star Rail started off brilliantly as well, right? I think Star Rail was a better story experience in the first couple of patches than Enfield was. But one thing that, for me, at least, that I will stand by, that is just better, obviously in my opinion, is exploration of the world design. Just better. Just better for me. So much better. And it's not even close either. I hope they're leaning into more. They've shown they could do all the stuff with the Delver of the Cryptic and Umbral Monument. I wish they applied that design to more of the world. Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out Delver of the Cryptic. Like, we might do some today. We'll see. We'll see. Because I've got work tomorrow. I need to sort some stuff out. So we'll just see. We'll see what happens in this program, and we might actually stream some Endfield as well. Because I do need to do the new content. Add bikes so we can partake in racing events. Both button mash slot, but Enfield there's nothing on. Parry slot impact that ZZZ has. Well, it's not a parry game, is it really? So that's what Silver Palace is going to be, stepping into that realm of a parry heavy game, which I don't mind hearing there. I actually quite like the combat in Enfield, though. I really do. I think it's quite fun. It's kind of meh. More of the same, basically, with the new miasma mechanics. What you talking about here? ZCZ. It's kind of because the maps in the last patch and Swordman's design were designed to fit around the story, while the early ruling maps, the story barely covers half the map. Feels like Enfield leans more to sandbox and open world, in my opinion. No, I wouldn't agree with that personally. I suppose the element of stuff like the factory expansion through, like, you know, the power lines and stuff like that. But for me, excuse me, I would, nah, I don't think, like, for me, I've got a very kind of, like, strict, I guess, sort of definition of what a sandbox game is. I don't think any gacha games even get close to that. Some people might disagree and argue, and, you know, technically maybe some stuff does in a way. But yeah, I think the closest gacha game that probably gets to that might be NTE, but NTE doesn't have enough stuff to do in the open world for me to be considered a sandbox. Because, like, for me, a sandbox literally it's a play game, right? It's a playground, and you need a set amount of tools to be given to the player to play within. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think Enfield has that, personally. I'd love a gacha game to do that. Like, it looks like if a game's going to do it, which I know it's not a gacha game, but it gets lumped in because it's an anime game, it's probably going to have some gacha mechanics, whether it's cosmetic or what, is an Anta, right? An Anta looks like that might potentially be, I guess, the first anime / sort of gacha game that we see that kind of, you know, goes into the actual real sandbox. NTE feels overloaded with all the activities you can do. Yeah, there's like a lot of activities to do in Enfield, but I mean NTE, sorry. But it's more like, to me, a sandbox is like, there's activities, right, that you can go and do, but then the world itself is the sandbox, if that makes sense, you know, where it's just like, I've spent 2 hours messing around in, like say GTA, for example, where, you know, you can play around particular parts of the map for ages, can't ya? Whether it's like doing stuff on Mount Chiliad, or you go into like places like the strip club and going inside to start fights and stuff, and then survive onslaughts of the police, and using the different environmental design things to continue trying to do things over and over again, and just having things that trigger within the world. And I don't think we have. I know NTE kind of has stuff for like the police and stuff, but I just don't think it's quite enough. Do you know what I mean? Like for me, like with sandbox, you need that sort of like, I create the fun. You know, the game doesn't need to direct me to do something to create the fun. I can just create the fun. And there's and look, you could do that in any game, right? So by that definition, you could say, well, it is, because I can create fun in NTE, Genshin, we're at all Enfield, right? But yeah, I'd say, like, for me, a gacha game hasn't fit the definition of a sandbox experience yet. Hopefully, though, like I say, maybe an Anta. Again, I know it's not a gacha game technically, but it would be you know, nice to see if it does. NT still feels so far away from achieving the GTA. Yeah, like, for me. Yo, CJ, what's up, dude? Man, I need a drink, man. Throat's too mad, dude. How's it going, bro? It's good to see you back, Bucko. Streaming and stuff again. How's things? Go to the strip club to start fights. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I believe your picks. Yeah, like, I've said this before, right? I said the same with the Nanta and NTE. Those games, now, of course, the Chinese games, right? So they're just not going to happen, right? But a big factor that like really adds that enjoyment to something like GTA. This is what I was talking about when I was talking about the bike and stuff in Wuthering Waves, right? It's physics-based design, right? Just little things like, you know, when you walk up to somebody in GTA and you bump into them and they stumble, and we've got ragdoll physics and mechanics and stuff, right? And you can make somebody trip up a curb and fall over, and then fights start from that, like, and when you hit people, I mean, of course, I know we're not going to get this in a Chinese gacha game. I know that's too much to ask, right? But that's for me where you start to really get some fun in a game like that, because you get good reactions, right? You can start like chaos from as little as thing as drawing a person into punching a police officer, and the next thing you know, it's kicking off. You know what I mean? And I think until we get that, for me, the sandbox experience will probably be lacking. Unless, like, you talk about the sandbox experience where it's like maybe a bit more of a survival thing with friends, like, you know what I mean? Alright, let me get started. Man, honestly, man, in my throat, man. Let me go up to the scene. I think I got the sniffles. Chat. Is chat working? There we go. Hopefully, restream chat don't break either today. You just can't make that kind of game in China. Nah. Good bro here, Raggedy. Thank you. I'm glad to be back. It's good to have you back, bro. Missed ya. NTE GTA 6. Dude, the GTA 6 leaks are wild, right? It's one of them, though, man. Like, when you look at it, it looks gorgeous and stuff, right? But I'm like, I think I fell into that category of, like, I don't know what I expected, because it just looks like GTA 5, but better visuals. But that's good, because GTA 5 is amazing, right? But I don't know. When's the stream? Apparently the special program starts at 11:30, according to Enfield's Twitter. So it's 7:30 UTC plus 8, which is 11:30 UK time. So yeah, it should be soon. You know what? I'll get the channel up as well. Man. Let's have a look at Book. Let's have a look at Book, chat. Let's have a look at Book. Where are we? Yeah, so it's just probably going to go up as a premiere, right? Or they're just going to slap it up as a video, do you reckon? I don't know. Because there's obviously no streams scheduled, so it's just And UTC plus 1 now, because summertime right now. I don't know. They usually go live at 11:30, right? Usually go live at 11:30, don't they? You might be right. I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's Google. Well, it's saying right now, according to the Google, 11:30. Maybe it might be 12:30. Maybe it might. Yeah, it's all right. I don't mind. Hanging around. We can hang out. They're live in 19 minutes. Well, usually they go live around 11:30, don't they? That's typically the time that they go live, but maybe it'll be different considering it's just a special program. I don't know. You might be right. One specific thing I liked with driving an NT, ironically, seems unintended. One of the richer, lower cars at max speed becomes a ramp, so you can fling cars in. So, yeah, see, that sort of stuff. Even though you say that's not intended, that's the sort of stuff that, like, you know, is cool to see in like a, I guess like a sandbox game, right? Let me just write this so you guys can see what's crack-a-lacking. Excuse me. What's the matter with my throat today? I've got the sniffles and my throat's scratchy. I'm gonna be coming down with a lurgy, man. There's some work to do tomorrow. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you might be right, Clarice, you might be right. Typhoon being in the patch wasn't that surprising though. She'd be, thought she'd be Cryo though. Was she nature? Looking at the stuff I sent on Twitter, she's nature, right? I did see some images, you know, saw some images. Yeah, like this is the sort of stuff that people was talking about being, like iOS coded. So, yeah, to be cool if we do get, integrated strategies. Nature Strike here. Nature, yeah, I don't mind being nature, to be fair, personally. Striker class, yeah. I don't worry too much in excuse me, in Endfield when it comes to like what attribute they are, because like the way a lot of the characters work, they're so interchangeable for the most part in this game. Not some more than others, like, so I really don't worry too much when I'm like, oh, it's that attribute, because I'm like, yeah, that'll probably work with a bunch of the characters I've got anyway. Using a pole armor zero, yeah. I'll say there was people talking about that right when they seen the bowl. I see that happening around this time. I wouldn't be that surprised if you get IS. Maybe, yeah, because when did IS drop in Arknights? It was about 6 months. Was it 6 or 12 months after Arknights came out that integrated strategies dropped? How long was it actually? Might have been longer than that. You're right. Was it 13 months after the game came out? It was 13 months. It's just over a year. Just over a year then, actually. I was wrong. I said that. I was like 6, maybe a year, maybe. I don't know. Cover all bases. Well, it sounds like I'm right then, you know? But, yeah, so might be a bit early for it, right? Might be a bit early for it. But even if we don't get it now, right, like a little teaser would be kind of nice, right? You know? They're like fucking spoiling the story before every fucking patch. So they could throw us a little bone regarding IS. That'd be kind of nice. Again, I'm here saying, because I believe the Edge Space Salvage could be a god tier mode. And it could be fun in bits now. But it's, for me, it's so disappointing because it could be so much more. Like, I'd love to see something around Edge Space as well, where they're coming in and they're like, we're turning this mode into something else. Because, like, Edge Space Salvage, for me, just has so much fucking potential, man. Has so much potential. The curse of the weapon system that they've created, copied from other gachas. Yeah, I think when you do add in weapon systems, really, and the way you make them, it does kind of limit you a little bit, doesn't it? But so that's the, as you say, the curse of wanting to sell weapons, right? Yeah, it's probably going to be another limited time event to test it out, yeah. Is there anyone there scrambling to satisfy the people who demanded endgame that might just throw in some IS at the wall to see if it sticks? It's like, I hope not. Because, I'd rather them just take the time with it personally. Because for me, the content's enough in the game at the moment, and there's enough decent content personally. Obviously, everybody's got a different viewpoint, right? Especially considering at the moment I'm playing Limbus, so it's nice to be able to just like do what I've got to do in Endfield, and I do most of the story. I'll do all of the story stuff on stream pretty much. Because like I haven't played Endfield this patch properly. I've done some of the Echoes of War. I haven't trimmed my medals yet. I've still got to do Camille's story. I'm sure Lino's got a story as well, right? I've still got to do hers. I need to do like Rooted Realm and all that sort of stuff as well. So yeah, have you looked at the ZZZ extraction mode? I haven't. No, I was thinking about ZZZ when I was driving to get Rosie from work yesterday. I was like, I kind of want to reinstall ZZZ. I'm just at that point where it's just like I reinstalled Wither, right? I just like, I think Wither's turning out to be like HSR for me. That it just feels like there's too much water under the bridge, and I feel like I'm not massively interested in jumping back in right now, which probably is the main reason. But like, I just look at the stuff in the game and I'm just like, oh man, I'm so out of the loop, meta and character wise and stuff as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I did want to try my best to get back into it, but I haven't been able to do it. Like, I jump on, I did some pulls the other day and that, and then I was just like, you know, it's so weird because I was such a stan of Wuthering Waves before. Yo, no Claude, what's going on? Potential, that's all Endfield ever is. Min-Man, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. I'd rather wait for yeah, I would as well. I'd rather them throw us some seasonal content, you know? Maybe give us some different versions of X-Ray Salvage as a stopgap. Just concentrate on the story at the moment as well. I would rather that. Like, obviously we need some endgame. Keep the seasonal stuff coming out. Bring CC back and stuff like this. And really pay attention to the story in building the story out now and improving on the story, because I believe they have personally, and just keep doing that and build it up to where it's something where people go, fuck, I need to go play that for the story. And then when you're at a nice, you've got like a robust game that's got plenty of decent seasonal content, you've got some all right events coming in and stuff like that, your story's getting better to a point where on its own it's worthy of playing the game, and then you come along and you drop integrated strategies, right, and then it's like, holy shit, you've got a robust game now. Do you know what I mean? That's like is worth checking out. Trust me, we're as much worse than HSR in terms of catching up, since you can more or less just watch a story and cutscenes on auto. There's less combat to hassle with too. Maybe, I suppose so. I think the thing with me with HSR, it's more like meta. I've always said for me, HSR, and it's feeling like that a little bit like Wuthering Waves now. It's kind of like Destiny for me. Destiny was one of those games that I loved, right? And Destiny 2. But taking an extended break just feels like a bad thing to do, because you come back and you're like, I am fucking behind here, and it feels like I don't feel like I can get back up there, which is silly because you can. It just feels like that, right? It's obviously, it's a vibes thing more than an actual fact, because spend a couple of days, probably, you know, a week or two, pulling on some of the new banners and stuff, like, and you could probably get yourself into it. But it's hard with the gacha game, because when you've lost that desire to want to play it, you don't care about trying to pull on banners, and then because you're not playing it enough, you're not able to pull on banners, and if you don't care, I don't want to spend. So it's like, it's one of them. I think if you're just willing to just throw, you know, a bit of money at the game on return, you can get yourself quickly back into it, can't you? Right, I just don't want to, because like I say, at the minute, with everything that's going on, we're buying this new car and the like 13 plus grand I spent not long ago, I just don't really want to be spending on gacha games unless I really want to. And at the minute, all I'm doing is I'm buying like the battle pass in Endfield, and I'm chucking like 10-20 quid at Limbus here and there, right? I'm not spending any other money in gacha games at all. So yeah, it's like I haven't got that desire at the minute to spend on any of the games personally. And I've bought so many normal games recently that I've got just such a catalogue of games. So it's like, if I do feel like I've started playing Baldur's Gate 3, right? So like, when I'm not streaming at the minute, I'm just trying to get an hour or two in of Baldur's Gate 3 as well, which I'm loving so far, actually. I've been playing Mass Effect 2 again as well. Apparently the CCZ mode uses its own characters and equipment system that's divorced from the gacha. Okay. Because, like, I do really like that, what NTE did with that 999 Nights mode, or 1001 Less, or whatever it was called. But I haven't played it yet, because I just can't stand building my account up in NTE. Like, I farmed a bit just to get myself to level 24, because I'm behind. I haven't built my characters. I honestly don't really care about NTE, if I'm honest. It's a fun game, but I just don't care about it. And then I got to level 24 and I was like, sweet, I can play this mode. And then it was like, you need to do a mission. And I checked on the map. I was like, oh, fuck, I'll be honest. I can't be arsed. I want to try that mode out though, so I do need to jump back on. Maybe when I got a bit of time next week or something, I'll try it out. Because he does look kind of cool. Catching up to ZZZ was super easy, at least, if you want. Yeah, I think, well, for me, it was ZZZ. Because, like, I like ZZZ, and I like ZZZ's combat, but, again, outside of Arknights, and even Arknights, I don't do it right, because I haven't been playing things like IS and stuff as well. I'm more, like, event and story-orientated with Arknights. Like, I like to do the events, and I like to do the story. I'm not overly bothered about, but I do want to, we are going to do some IS streams that are specifically IS streams, because IS is good. Like, it probably is the best gacha endgame. But yeah, when it comes to most gachas, I'm not overly interested in most of the endgames, because most of them suck, don't they? Really, most of them suck. And you know, I just don't have that desire to, like, spend time investing into characters and building characters through sort of boring means to play boring endgame. I mean, that's one of the reasons, it's one of the main reasons why I kind of got a little bit bored with Rua, because I felt like the building of the characters for me was incessantly boring, just to go on and play a sort of boring endgame as well. Maybe I'll get like that with Endfield, do you know what I mean? I might. But I'm taking my time with Endfield. I think that's one thing I've learned from Wuthering Waves. I burnt myself out on Wuthering Waves because I was playing it so much. Where with Endfield, I'm a little bit more cognizant of that issue now. So I'm taking my time, and I think I'm having a much more fun time with Endfield because of that. I don't feel any feeling of burning out at the moment. But again, that's how I'm deciding to approach the game as well. So, you know, maybe if I was playing it how I was playing Wua every day, you know, streaming it every day as well. Like, I streamed Wua every day pretty much for like the first 8 months. Do you know what I mean? Definitely for the first couple of months, every day, to the point where I had fuck all to do, and I was still streaming it. And yes, it's it can cause burnout real quick, especially in a game that really isn't designed to be played like that, right? I think extended breaks causing catch-up fatigue is more noticeable in open world titles, since a lot of the map explorations ties into story progression. Yeah, you're probably right, JT. You're probably right. I think it just comes into, for me, one, I really do not like building characters in Wuthering Waves. I just don't like doing it. Do you know what I mean? What do you think will be announced today? I would guess Typhon, a rerun with Tang Tang, Yvonne. Oh, you think it's some reruns? Maybe. I definitely think she's getting shown off, right? Because, well, there's images going around on Twitter exactly telling you what kind of character she is. So I'm assuming she's going to be in today's video. I, personally, I want to see a teaser for the new region. I'd love to see a teaser, potentially, or just a nod towards something with IS, personally. I think I'd like to see, honestly, I want to see something done with Edge Space Salvage. I really do. I think that game mode deserves love, man. I really do. Rather than just continually updating it in terms of, like, just, there's more to do. I want to see that mode get, like, I want to see that mode get some love. I really do. I think it deserves it. I really do. Look at the 2D model is the lack of the need to transition from space to space. It reduces time wasted transitioning other locations. The consequence of that being low exploration, though. Yeah. Ruling crew rerunning coming. I think it's going to be a one operator patch. Do you reckon? I wouldn't be surprised by that. Strong Gold Protocol runs for 42 days along with having keybind settings specifically made for that mode. Oh, does it have a specific keybinds for it, does he? Okay. Pixel Scientist drop on his head as a baby again. What's he been doing? What's he been doing? What's Saint been doing? Pix172. Salvage it, space salvage. Yo, T, what's up? What's this Limber streamer doing watching Endfield, man? And oh, man, bro, we fucking yesterday. What was he? 7 hours of Limbus company. I mean, that's the longest stream I've done in ages, man. Where is it? Yeah, 7 hours and 37 minutes. The stream was yesterday. Almost an 8-hour stream. That's the longest stream I've done in a while. Fucking banger though. I'm glad we finished it off. I'm glad we went all the way. I refuse to fall for the Limbus hype. If you don't like it, you don't like it, man. It's a good game, though. I'd argue it and Arknights are the two best gacha games. By a good stretch as well. Do you know what I mean? That's it, innit? Different strokes for different folks. One man's trash is another man's treasure and all that. Not like there's competition. Well, yeah. Personally, I'd agree with that sentiment. Other people wouldn't, though. You know, other people wouldn't. There's like people out there that this is the best gacha game. It's Genshin is. Which are all valid, right? Like, I separate, like, these into the action gacha games I do. Or the let's say, the action RPG gacha games. The traditional, like, more standard RPG affair. And personally, for me, Enfield's the best one out of them. But yeah, they're for me, like, a peg or two down. Or 5. From, Limbus and Arknights, because they just... Story, that it's what elevates them, right? Obviously, gameplay as well. I think they're good gameplay games, right? I'd say definitely Arknights is a better game in terms of gameplay. It is. It's much more robust, much more varied. But Limbus has got some fucking good gameplay, man. Like, I'll die on that hill. I think the gameplay, although even Limbus enjoys say the gameplay sucks in Limbus, shit's good, man. I think it's good. You know what I mean? But yeah, Arknights is the gameplay king for me personally. Can try and watch the rest of the Kanto 7 reaction. I hope you enjoy. Have you seen the Genocide of Fall of the AK Hall? Yes. He's been skipping story, right? And just playing the game, so I hope he's enjoying the story as well. And he isn't just ignoring it. Because I feel like you lose so much of Arknights if you ignore the story. But at the same time, I honestly understand people who do ignore the story. Because it's a lot, right? It's a lot. It is. Even somebody who really enjoys the story, sometimes it can be too much. It really can. Since you've saw where the VN gacha... dude, I've tried to play FGL once before, man. I just couldn't get into it. I've heard the story's good, though. I've heard, like, when it comes to, like, you know, like, the knockout... You know, when people do, like, the knockout cups for stories, it tends to be Arknights and FGO in the final. And quite a few times I've seen FGO actually come out on top, so... there's got to be something there, right? Plus, you know, it's a Fate IP, so... Damn, he's an actual story skipper. He's read all main story up to chat. So he has been reading it. That's good, then. It's made to see Arknights gain such a reputation. This sentiment didn't exist much back then. Yeah, I think, like... Last year, there definitely was a wave of newer players, right? Like, obviously, I was one of them. Of starting the game. Because I noticed I started playing the game. And then, like, there was loads of people who were, like, new players at that point as well. Maybe I was just noticing it more because I'd started playing the game. And then now, obviously, you've got it consistently doing well in the gacha charts and stuff as well. And then the PC client drops and people have played a bit of Endfield and they're like, ooh, what is the deal with Arknights then? And it's been great to see, man. I love to see. Even if people are skipping story or however they're treating the game, it's just cool to see people, you know, trying out a game that I think's fucking a really good game. As I say, I've said this before, for me, Limbus and Arknights aren't just good gacha games, right? When I talk about gacha games, it's typically, this is a good gacha game, right? And that doesn't mean I'm not being derogatory there, but like for me, Limbus and AK are good video games. They're kind of like that break through the glass ceiling that gacha is at the moment. And that's not just because gacha can't go higher than that, because it can. It's just so far. I feel like we've got a ceiling where most gacha games hit, and then Limbus and AK have broke out and got into being compared with, like, in my opinion, like, good games. I don't trust the FGO story hype either, to be honest. And the game, yeah, the UI and the gameplay is just like the UI specifically and stuff, man. It's just looks like vomit. AK can be a bit more into like the whole Sui line, but it does. Yeah, it does. It does. Like it does. You know what I mean? Unk, who is you? First time I saw you in the gacha community. Just a nobody, bro. First time here. Day one. Early FGL tends to be better than early AK when it comes to story. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Few weird takes and opinions, but for the most part, he likes gameplay. That's good then. Everybody's going to have different viewpoints, isn't they, on the game? Yeah, like, Arknights has got some incredible story beats, right? And overall, it's an amazing story for me. I've really enjoyed it. It's got parts, old man, where it's just like certain things kind of overstay the welcome a little bit. It's like you're like, oh man, I thought we'd ended there. Fades to black, and then it's another area. It's like, oh god, we're still going. I definitely do get that vibe sometimes with AK. Yeah, it looks like it probably is in there then, yeah. Taking into account summertime. What are you thinking of? Chapter 14? What, that feels a bit bloated? Man. There's multiple parts. I think anywhere after, like, chapter 8 kind of has, like, a lot of bloat, right? Like, I'm struggling to, like, put my finger on a specific moment now. But just, I feel like, in Arknights, sometimes, you have this build up to, like, a bit of a crescendo. And then it tapers off for a bit afterwards. Do you know what I mean? Lungman Arc was a little bit bloated, yeah. Sometimes, like, how do I describe it? Like, I think one thing that Limbus does better, you know, that interpersonal conversations are just a lot more natural. Do you know what I mean? Where sometimes, like, in Arknights, the conversations that really should be conversations between people. I know, I don't know if this is because it's a VN thing, right? It feels like they're used to push this particular story on when it makes the conversation itself feel a bit weird. Now, I know that might sound like an oxymoron. Well, of course, the conversation's to push the story forward. Do you know what I mean? Where, like, instead of it feeling just like a natural interaction between two characters, it's more to facilitate this particular thing that's happening now, and I think it adds bloat to the conversations between characters, where it could just be a couple of paragraphs, maybe, you know, a couple of sentences between each other, and it would have worked just as fine, and then we move on. It feels like stuff is expanded upon to try to I don't know if it's to try and bring in multiple moving parts, or it's just a problem with the I don't know, you know what I mean? It's a CN writing thing, in my opinion. Nicky's dialogue is also more snappy. Yeah, like, I just feel like Limbus definitely does a better job of making, like, dialogue is better, right? Now, we can talk about story and stuff, right? That's a bit more of a personal thing, right? Which you like more, which you think has better writing. But in terms of dialogue, specifically dialogue, I think Limbus does a better job of dialogue than what Arknights does. Where, like, I think that's where they fall a bit short sometimes, is through the dialogue, where stuff becomes really drawn out when it doesn't necessarily need to. But then other times it works because it needs it, right? And I think because of the story they're telling as well, it's a different story, right? So sometimes it does require it, and because they're telling it the way they're telling it, it's kind of needed, right? None of you think even FGL was better than AK in that aspect. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Pixie, you remember your Daggers Inherited reaction from last year when you started AK? Maybe you'll watch it again since... We watched it recently, actually. We watched that recently. Hypergryph just like chapping. They do. Arknights is better world building, in my opinion, but the actual quality... Are we talking towards FGL? Oh, I wouldn't know. He does have great world building, though. Really good world building. When? Ooh, I don't know. When was it, chat? Wasn't too long ago, actually. Wasn't too long ago. I don't know if it was the last time we streamed Arknights. I'm not too sure. Definitely watched it recently, though. I feel like they fixed the dialogue in Act 3. I think for me, it kind of goes up and down sometimes with Arknights. Do you know what I mean? And then there's always a point to those long drawn-out conversation Arknights are. It's very effective at showing the characters in question. I think sometimes, yeah. I'd agree, like, I wouldn't say always, personally, but I think sometimes there's definitely a space for it. You know what I mean? I think there's definitely a space for it. But sometimes it's like, I'm like, man, we're going around the Recon here. Do you know what I mean? I feel like we're going around the Recon with some stuff that's not necessary. And it almost is sometimes detracting and distracting for me with Arknights. That's what I find. I find sometimes it's a little bit of a distraction. Because, like, stuff goes on for so long. I'm like, I start to, like... And it's probably, like, a streamer debuff as well. Because I don't do it when I'm not streaming. But, I'm struggling. I'm like... Fuck, I'm sort of forgetting certain stuff we were talking about 5 minutes ago because we're having a fucking yap here. You know? Maybe it's a translation. Maybe. Possibly. Gets a bit self-indulgent. Yeah, I think that's probably fair. And now again, I very much... I adore the story that I've experienced in Arknights. I do. But, yeah, I find that sometimes that death makes your mind wonder. Yeah, I think I get like that. It insists on itself. It just reminds me of this. What is it? Where is it?
There's one more secret I feel I have to share for the Godfather. I'll not care for the Godfather.
How can you even say that, Dad?
Didn't like it.
Peter, it's like the perfect movie.
This is what everyone always says. Whenever they say, "Oh,
Robert De Niro, Al Pacino. I mean, you never see Robert Duvall.
I know. No, fine actor. Did not like the movie.
What didn't you like about it?
It insists upon itself, Lois.
What?
It insists upon itself.
What does that even mean?
It takes forever getting in. You know, you spend like 6.5 hours, and then I can't even get through. I can't even finish the movie. I've never even seen the ending.
You've never seen the ending?
Well, how can you say you don't like it if you haven't even given it a chance?
I agree with Stewie. It's not really fair.
I get to the scene where all the guys are sitting around on the easy chairs.
Yeah, it's a great scene. I love that
It's
scene.
not a
noted
great-
in every annal.
I have no idea what they're talking about. It's like they're speaking a different language. That's where I lose interest and
You
I
know
go
what,
away.
Peter?
Speaking Italian.
The language they're speaking is a language of subtlety, something you don't understand.
I love the money pit. That is my answer to that statement.
Whatever.
It reminds me of that, man. Yes, it is. Yeah, I forgot about British Standard summertime time. So yeah, it's alright. It's 40 minutes. So I went out early by miscalculation. Now we need to full yappy. Might well play something like Cryptic at Enfield. I'm not opposed to comparing AK and The Godfather. Both great. Both are great. Again, like I say, I am definitely not putting Arknights down. You know, just gotta be fair, right? Gotta be fair. You know, it's like I think a perfect example. I'll probably, because I need to still make my Canto 6 video, but my Canto 7 video, I'll probably talk about this. Right? Is Canto 7 for me ending was spectacular. It was spectacular, right? It was brilliant. Finished on a high of a high. But I must admit, I don't think throughout, because some people like say like Canto 7's the best bar none and stuff. But I think this is a thing. People have got different opinions anyway, right? But I think there was definitely periods throughout the Canto, specifically the sort of middle area, where I think it wasn't poor by any means, but for me, Canto 5 was just consistently great from start to finish. Do you know what I mean? I just, every scene, pretty much, I was like, fuck, I'm so locked in. The pacing was brilliant. It all was just great, right? Where Canto 7 for me definitely had like lulls in comparison, but then like the way it ended, it was just like, shit, you know? I think the ending was better. I think it was the best ending of a Canto I've seen yet. But yeah, like, for me, like, Canto 5 was just solid all the way through. And had an amazing ending as well. Had an amazing ending. Different people, different opinions. Exactly right, exactly. That's one thing I really... And of course, this is like gaming in general, right? Everybody's got a different opinion on what they like, right? Of course. You know, that's the way it is. But I think with Limbo's Company, because it's such a... When you scratch below the surface at least, right? When you scratch below the surface at least... it's such a like a relatable story, right? It's a human story throughout, and you're always going to have a different perspective. Not only just that personal opinion on what makes good writing, what's good pacing and stuff, but some are just going to hit harder to the individuals because it's such a human story that you, even though it's set in a fantastical setting with fantastical characters and, you know, crazy stuff going on, at the core of it, they're very human, like grounded stories that we can relate to, and some stuff is just going to really resonate with people, isn't it? So like it really has that as well, which I'm not saying other games don't have that, but they're typically a little bit more fantastical, and that's the stories and the characters are fantastical. A lot of the time, it's kind of hard to relate to them, right? But I find Limbus an incredibly relatable game on a human level. I think that's one thing I really enjoy about it. You know, there's relatable stuff that happens in Arknights, there's relatable stuff that happens in Wiwa, Genshin, whatever it might be, but it's all a little bit more within a fantastical element, and it all feels fantastical anyway, so it's a little bit harder to connect with in that regard. Port area of the Pirates wasn't really for me. Yeah, I think that, like, as I say, again, you know, when I really break it down, I think, oh shit, yeah, that probably was. I just think in general, overall, it just, like, I don't know, let's say, you know, this is my real rating, but let's just say it starts out at a 7 and ends on an 8, and it's pretty much a 7-8 all the way through, where, like, 7 for me probably starts out at, like, a 7, then drops down to, like, a 6 and a 5 in areas, and then shoots up to, like, a 9. Do you know what I mean? So overall, like, I think I'd take Kanto 5 for me. Kanto 7 is like an 8 in a C at 9, so. Well, that's it, isn't it? It's like, I think with Limbus, you're comparing, like, it's comparatively to itself. So when you compare it to a lot of, well, pretty much all of the gacha games outside of Arknights for me, it's like this smokes everything that it's compared to. Like, it just smokes everything that it's compared to. But, like, when you put it up against itself, that's when, like, you know, you might know, well, actually, that was a bit weaker in comparison to this, but that's a good thing, right? Because you're looking at, like you say, I see a 9s. My opinion, 8 is better than 9. 9 just has more hype moments and aura. Kanto 8 is on top of my list. My opinion, Kanto 8. A lot of people have said that. Like, from what I've seen, the majority of favourites seem to be 5, 7, 8, and I'm seeing a lot of 9s as well. Nah, we're early, Dandy. I got the time wrong. I got the time. I could have gone to the gym. I'll skip the gym for this shit, chat. I'll skip the gym for this shit. Since we all have our personal phase rather than the majority having a specific chapter they like, it kind of shows the story qualities. But exactly, I said this as well, JT. I said the fact that, like, you know, typically with most games, and gacha games as well, there's usually, not always, of course, everybody has different opinion, but there tends to be a drift towards a consensus of, like, this patch was the best one, right? You know, not everybody will agree, but, like, you know, 7 out of 10 people will say, yeah, 2.8 or 1.7 or 2.0. You know what I mean? It is the best. But, like, when it comes to Limbus, there does genuinely seem to be a massive split. Do you know what I mean? Like, people say, you know, I've heard so many people saying, I can't top 4 for me. Peak. You know what I mean? Could have checked it. It's hard. Well, I did check with GMT, right? But I forgot as well. It's summertime, so plus an hour, right? Or you could have checked it and turned up in an hour. How's about that? Do your own due diligence. You ain't got to rely on me, you know, I'm retarded. Have you played anything it's compared to, though? What, Limbus Company? Have I played anything Limbus Company's compared to? In the gacha space? No. I don't think any, in the gacha space, in gaming, compares to Limbus that I've played personally. I think you probably have to look into sort of indie spaces, right? Like, when it comes to, like, off the top of my head, I don't have a comparable game to Limbus Company, personally. Yeah, Reverse 90. I like Reverse 1999. I haven't played it for a while, but I do like it. It's a game that I think is a beautiful game. We think probably the best aesthetics in gacha. I think, for me personally, the things that there's two games that I could probably, in my personal experience, compare Limbus to, but it's like apple and oranges still at the same time. It's like Arknights and maybe Reverse. Do you know what I mean? Because they're two great games, but they're also very different to what Limbus is doing as well. But like in terms of like quality in specific areas that Limbus really shows quality, those are two games that I'd probably say it's contemporaries, but at the same time they're doing something totally different. You know what I mean? So yeah, but in the gacha space, for me personally, no, I haven't played FGO. Well, I've played like 30 minutes of FGO, so I can't compare FGO. I've played an hour or two of Path to Nowhere, and Path to Nowhere, although seeming having actually quite an interesting story, I couldn't compare it to, and you can't compare it to things like Enfield and Wiwa and Genshin and Star Rail and stuff, because they're just different games doing different things, aren't they? So yeah, I don't know. But if I had to say, if you like Limbus Company and you haven't played other gacha games and you kind of want to try some other gacha games, I think if you enjoyed Limbus Company, I think you'd probably enjoy Reverse 1999, and I think you'd probably enjoy Arknights as well. Again, you might not enjoy the gameplay, but I think what they're cooking up in terms of like the world, the story, the presentation, and all that sort of stuff, I think you'd probably enjoy it. Well, I maybe, I can't say, like, you know, you might jump on it and be like, yeah, that game sucks, Pix, what the fuck you on about? But yeah, like, if I'd say vice versa as well for me. I think if you're a Reverse enjoyer, you probably get something out of Limbus and Arknights, and vice versa for each of the games as well. But then again, as I say, you might not. But yeah, for me, like, again, although I haven't gone back to Reverse, Reverse is another game that I've got a lot of time for. One of the reasons I didn't go back to Reverse, because I tried to go back not long ago, and the game kept crashing for me. It just kept crashing for me. It forced me to stop playing it, because literally, I got to the point where it wouldn't crash for 5 minutes, and then it would just crash. So I don't know what's going on with, Reverse for me. But it's broken. It's knackered. When stream, be just over 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Does Reverse have a PC clone? It's on Steam, isn't it? I mean, I still do like Cancer 7. Most of the cast, Blood Fiends, doesn't really get a lot of story themselves, in my opinion. Yeah, I must admit, obviously, it was a bit more of a personal story for Don, right? Really, it was Don Quixote's story, and I mean by that, it was Sancho's story, and Don Quixote, and it was Don Quixote's story, wasn't it? Really, it truly was Don Quixote's story all around. Yeah, I must admit, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more, but I think we're gonna, right? Because like, I think we are. Like, there was a lot of foreshadowing in that. The stuff with Sanson as well. I think we're going to see stuff get connected back again. I think, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Because obviously we know there's other families and all that sort of stuff as well. I think, like, I feel like something's going to have to come up again with the progenitor, right? I feel like it has to. So, like, I feel like we are going to definitely get... But in the context of that story, yeah, I admit it would have been nice to, it would have been, nice to see more. Yeah, Balam Garden, yeah. Final Fantasy 8, man. It truly was a Gregor Nante story. Limbus Reverse 1999, Arknights and Morrimans. You know what? I actually have Morrimans installed, and I am planning to start that soon. Like, once we get back into a bit more of a regular, because I keep saying it, which I've just had a lot on in life at the moment. When we do get back into a bit more of a regular schedule like we was before, where you're getting 4 streams at least a week, maybe more, sometimes 2 a day, getting regular videos up, I do plan to dive into Morrimans, you know, so we'd have a sort of flow of like lots of Limbus content, Arknights content, and Morrimans content, and then doing Enfield as well. That's kind of like where I'd like to be with my content. It depends if I like Morrimans, I might hate it, so whatever. That could be like the rotating game if I don't, right? That's kind of where I'd like to be, and then just doing videos on new shit until I got bored with the particular games I was playing. Arknights delay for Morriman's confirmed. No. Pixie's never playing AK again. I will. It's just, I need lock-in moments for Arknights, man. You need to lock in, do you know what I mean? Like, you need to lock in for Limbus, like yesterday proved, but it's just a bit more digestible, man. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit more digestible. And, like, I will admit, at the moment, I'm hooked on Limbus. Like, Limbus at the minute for me is like Arknights through chapter 5 through 9. Do you know what I mean? Where I was just locked in. You haven't logged in for months. SWAT and AK? Now I was logged in the day before yesterday. Or was it the day before that? Last couple of days anyway. What's going on BS as well? Especially, yeah, more Blood Fiends, yeah, would be cool. Just go to Space Marine, your weakness shows. But yeah, I do plan to try and lock in, like, obviously once his car's all sorted and I've got some other stuff, like this weekend I'll be working. And I probably will be picking up some work over some weekends just to, as I say, because I've spent a lot of money recently. I want to try and re-up at the moment. So I'll definitely be doing that. Yeah, what's up, T? Do you still have 600 under? I'm broke in Arknights. We have a lot more Blood Fiends in Distortion Detectives, do we? Okay, that's cool then. Yeah, definitely. It'd be cool if they connected that, wouldn't it? I believe I don't know. It's going to be a premiere or a video, I think. There's not a live stream set up, so it's going to be a premiere or a live, or a video. Probably next. Yeah, if it happens, it happens. Like, at the minute, I can't spend on gacha games, so if I end up missing out on units, that's the beauty with Arknights, oh man. If you miss out, it doesn't matter, really, does it? It really doesn't matter. Oh boy, I cannot wait for them. We were just talking about that earlier, BVN. I wish they'd stop doing it. Yeah, well, I've got a car. I've got a deposit down on a car now, waiting for me. But, like, I'm starting to think the garage are lying to me, man, because the sales dudes, because there's a little issue we want checking first, and they was like, we're going to send it to Nissan. And it was like, okay. And then I didn't hear from that dude for a week, so I phoned him. I think it was the day before yesterday. And I spoke to a dude at head office, and he says the sales dude who we'd originally spoke to is on annual leave at the moment. And he contacted them for me, and he says he doesn't know exactly quite what's going on because he's not there, but he says one of two things happened. Either because he was on annual leave, it missed the date for it to go to Nissan, or they're sending it down to their Gloucester branch because they've got a bigger technical space there, where like at the Wolverhampton branch it's just specifically for MOTs and services. So I was like, okay, cool. He was like, well, if he goes down there, they'll be able to look at it and sort it out. And then got off the phone to him. He was like, what we'll do is we'll make sure it's reserved until you collect it, all that good stuff. So like, sweet, sound, awesome. Let me know what's going on. And then I think it was that day, so it would have been Monday, I think it was, or Tuesday. We got an email from him saying, yeah, spoke to him, car's in Gloucester, it's gonna get sorted, and then it'll be delivered back for collection. Okay, great. And then Rose emailed him again to say, I think yesterday, to say, hey, you know, what's any idea what's going on? Because this is like the day after they'd said it was gone down to Gloucester. Any idea what's happening? No rush, just curious. And then they were like, oh yeah, it's back in Wolverhampton. They're gonna have a look at it, and then we'll let you know. And we're like, wait a minute, I thought it was down Gloucester getting looked at, because it's been looked at Wolverhampton and they didn't know what the fuck was up with it. So now it was getting sent down to Gloucester, but now it's back in Wolverhampton, and now you need to look at it in Wolverhampton again. And it's just like, I'm starting to like, because initially they took it off being reserved and it was showing up that it was in Gloucester for sale. And I'm like, was it sent down there for a test drive? And you're lying to me. Like, I'm a little bit like, but I'm going to check it all out when I go. Like, so I'm like, I don't know, man. It feels like I'm getting blagged. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. It's like, it's a really good price for the motor it is, and that, like, you know what I mean? And it'll be perfect for Rosie to have for her first car as well. Because, like, I've been looking around at the other cars of that reg and that mileage, and that some of them are like $3 grand more. Do you know what I mean? you sign anything for it already? Oh, nah. I've just got, I put a 200 quid deposit down on it, and to test drive them, you pay like a £37 fee, which I didn't ask for back. I was like, just keep it with the deposits, and, you know, just taking out the balance when I pay for the car, like. Go to a different dealership and look if they got a similar car. Yeah, I haven't been able to find one, man. The closest I found was like, I think it was £2,000 more, but like it wasn't the sport version either. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like, it's a Technat, which is like the top of the range, but I like the styling of the N Sport. I do. So, but it's, you know, we're paying cash anyway, so it's like, if shit, my car's running, so I'm not desperate to make it happen. I can let them fuck around until it's sorted, right? If they don't sort it, I'll just get my deposit and my test drive money back, and I'll just go somewhere else, like, because that's the nice thing of buying cash, right? You haven't got to, you know, worry about having to go through credit checks and being reliant on them, and yeah, so, if I decide to walk away, I can just walk away and just go on to something else, and we'll move from there, like. But yeah, it's been a clusterfuck, man. It's been a clusterfuck. I'm related now to try out support meal now to see how he worked in AK for the first time. I kind of appreciate how his ego works in Libus a bit more. You see, exactly it, history. That's why, because at first they were like, oh. The salesman was like, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And I was like, I know there is. I know there is. Like, it's not a major thing. Like, it just sounds like there's a bit of compression surge in the turbo. But I think it's a minor. Well, I think it is. I think it's a diverter valve. And it's literally just a rubber valve that just needs changing. It's like a £40 job. If you went to a garage, it'd probably cost you like 150 quid with labour, like, you know what I mean? It's like an hour's worth of work, and the part isn't expensive. Now, I don't know if they can't figure it out, or there's a bit of trying to drag their heels because they don't want to pay to get it fixed, or what. But I ain't paying for the car until I know it's fixed. Do you know what I mean? Or they can tell me. I'll even take it if they can tell me, we've figured it out, this is the part, and I'll just go and get it fixed myself, and I'll take a little bit of off the top of the car and say, like, well, I want a couple of hundred quid knocked off. But yeah, they're just taking the piss. Just long. For all the fucking around. Yeah, well, we're going to be asking him about that, because the fucking around's obviously annoying, right? But that doesn't bother me so much. It's just a few phone calls here and there and emails. The thing that's annoying, which is not a major thing, but still a piss take, is that because we were supposed to pick the car up like 2 Mondays ago, I took out insurance on the car, right? You know what I mean? Because obviously I needed to insure the car. So I got it insured on the Sunday for the Monday to pick the car up, and then obviously once I got there and I'd signed, this car was signed over to me, I'd tax it on the spot, right? So it was only like 75 quid for the insurance, because like that was all the admin charge. It's only gonna be like 30 quid a month for insurance. But like we paid the insurance, but then come the Friday, the insurance emailed me and they're like, we're gonna have to cancel the insurance because the car's not taxed. And I'm like, well, the car's not taxed because I haven't been able to get the fucking car yet. I haven't been able to collect it. And I was like, can I put it on hold? And they were like, yeah, because I was expecting it to be sorted. And then come the next Monday, I was like, this isn't sorted yet. So I was like, you know what, can I just cancel the insurance? But obviously I only got back I think like 38. Like there was like a 30 odd quid fucking admin charge. So it cost me like 30, 40 quid just to like, you know, an extra 30, 40 quid. So it's like, really, I want that at least. You know? I want that at least, really. Yeah, cars suck, man. Cars suck, really. Just black holes for your money, right? This is why, like, because I was not, I think it was last year, I was looking at getting an Audi A3. It was like 20 grand. And then, some stuff just happened with the garage there as well, actually. And there was like, we couldn't collect it on that day. There were some issues. it was on their end, like, and that we could collect it the next week. And it was just on that day, I was just like, you know what? I don't want to do this. It was just, you know, one of them when you have a feeling about it. I was just like, I'm backing out of this. I'm gonna back out of it, like. So I backed out of that. And then I just decided, I was like, you know what? I don't want to spend that much money on a car. I really don't. Because they are black holes for money. And I'm just not at that point anymore of caring about what car I'm driving. So I was like, you know what? Instead of spending like about 20 bags, I'd rather spend around about 9, 10 and just get something either that's done a few more miles or that's a little bit smaller. And if the turbo runs the risk of being blanche, yeah, I don't think there's anything up with the turbo. Like, I legit, like, with these diverter valves, even if you run the car for ages, it won't blow the turbo. It might just shorten the life of the turbo. But all it is there's like this rubber valve. And what I think's happened, and I even put it up on Reddit, and some people even said the same thing, that I think it's that, is that basically there's like a hairline split in this rubber valve. And what happens is, I don't know if you've ever heard of the dump valve on a turbo. You know, when a turbo winds up and then you hear that like that's air compression being blown back through a dump valve, right? So it's sort of got a similar sound to that, because it's like this valve's got this hairline fracture in here, this rubber seal. So like, as you let off the accelerator, you can hear the air like kind of fluttering through it. So it's like, it's not a major thing really. It's just, obviously over time, it probably wouldn't be something that would make the turbo fail. It could, but it'd probably be something just over time. You'd start to get a lot of turbo lag, so that the car wouldn't have the poke that it usually would have. But yeah, the thing is nowadays as well, BS, because of all this stupid fucking emissions bullshit, a lot of engines aren't naturally aspirated anymore, are they? Because you can't have bigger engines because of emissions. So modern cars now, they make them into like 1 litres and 1.5 litres, don't they? And they just slap a turbo on it to get the fucking the poke out of it as well. It's kind of the thing with most modern cars now. Same with all like the Audis as well. Like the Audi A3s and that. They're like 1 litres and 1.5 turbos. Where like back in the day, you know, your A3s would be like 1.8s and 2 litres and stuff. And sometimes even bigger depending on them. But yeah, it's the way it is now. Same with the Renaults, because the Renaults and Nissans share, they build the engines together. Same with the Toyotas. Same with fucking same with like a bunch of the Fords as well. They're the same. Do you know what I mean? To get a fucking electric at this point, it's a fucking cost, old man. It's a cost of electric cars. Car mechanic slaps car once, that'll be $600, right? Not like modern cars, for the simple fact that everything else on the screens now give me buttons. Yeah, I can understand that. Like, it's the same with like BMWs and Audis now. They're nice still, for me, inside. But they've just lost that air of quality now. You know? Obviously you're not getting Bentley quality in like your average BMW, Audi or Mercedes, but you get that sort of, it's premium quality, right? It's, you know, for the normal man, but it makes you feel a little bit nice when you're driving them. And they used to have that nice thick, you know, the leather touch, the stitching, the metal trims and stuff. Now it's all plastic. You know what I mean? And it's just like, oh, looks stylish in some of them, and it's like minimalist, I guess, but yeah, lost that air of quality. Mrs. wants to get a new car. She's looking at Chinese PHEV. Some of the Chinese cars motors nowadays have improved, actually, haven't they? Is this from Final Fantasy X? No, it's from Final Fantasy VIII. It's from inside Belom Garden. Right here, to be exact. So yeah, like I like the Nissan Jukes. I really like the Nissan Jukes, right? And I was contemplating on getting one of them for a while. I just don't like the interior on the Nissan Jukes, though. Yeah, let me, I'll show you, actually. They've almost got like a transit van feel. They've almost got like a transit van feel, man. The brand new ones might be slightly different, to be fair. I ain't too sure. Yeah, the new ones are a little bit better in terms of the interior, but I'm still not like a massive fan of the interior. I don't like the positioning of the gear stick and that. Like, especially on the older ones. It's just, yeah, man. I don't like the way the interior sits in them. Do you know what I mean? Bit better positioning in the new ones, but yeah, it's not a very nice interior. I'm not a massive fan of it. Like, when you look at the outside of them, they're kind of nice, man. They look like they deserve a much better interior. Do you know what I mean? They deserve a way better interior. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of the interior at all. Last car was a Duke, was he? Yeah, I was looking at the cash guys as well. Like, I do really like them. The outside, like, the cash guys are nicer inside. The cash guys are definitely nicer inside, but it's like I've become more of a. I'm definitely more of an unk in that regard now. Where, like, back in the day, it's got to be about the exterior of my car. Like, I was a boy racer, right? I was a boy racer. It was all about as much poke, as much speed, as much acceleration. The outside was everything right. As long as I had a good sound system in the car and a good radio. Happy as Larry. Where now it's like, obviously I care what the car looks like because I'm spending money on it. But in my head, I'm like, well, other people have to look at the car. I don't. It's very rarely I'm going to see my car drive past me. So, like, it's all about the interior, you know what I mean? I want that extra bit of a comfort now, and yeah. Outside of the Duke's fine, the inside. Yeah, I just don't like the position of the radio console and the gear stick as well. Like I say, it reminds me of driving a van. It really does. Just see if he might have dropped anything early. No. Yeah, I'm picking on the interiors now. The one I'm looking at even has massage. Yeah, that's right. You know, I'm the same now. It's like, I want comfort and, you know, the nice trim and stuff. It's a big thing. That's one thing with this car I was looking at. I really like the interior. Yeah. It's just been a bitch. Hopefully it's sorted soon though. If not, like I said, I'll just go and look at something else, man. But I want something that kind of works for Rosie as well, though. You know what I mean? Because she will hopefully be driving soon, and my plan is, because I'm starting to do a little bit more work again, and I might be learning a new trade as well, just because I want to, really. And it's always good to have extra money in, because I don't want to go back to ever do roofing again if I ever need money. And I've been thinking about maybe just getting myself a van, actually, or just a little runabout. So, like, probably what I'll do is I'll get the new car, and then I'll just end up having it, and I'll just get a van or something, you know what I mean? Might just go quickly make myself a drink, guys, because we're starting soon, yeah. See if they put anything else up on Twitter. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Nothing yet, boys and girls. Excuse me. But buttons instead of pure touchscreens 100% required. Yeah, I like that tactile feedback, right? Like, don't get me wrong, like, having things like Android Auto and Apple CarPlay and stuff's great, right? You know, slam your phone on, do everything through that. Like, it's great. And I am a bit of a sucker for like some modern interior lighting. Yeah, man, you know, can't beat a good button, right? Can't get a button here or a knob there or something. No, a bit of tactile feedback, man. It's good. And plus, you know, obviously you can keep your screen clean and stuff, but I just get a bit weird about stuff like that as well. I do. I don't want people touching my shit. This music's so good though, man. So chill. So nostalgic. Alright, I'm just going to make myself a quick drink, guys. If you haven't already, drop a like on the stream. It's very much appreciated. We will, should be like 18 minutes now, chat, if we're correct, which we should be. So just give me a second. I'll be back in a moment, yeah? 2 secs. I forgot I was muted. I had that up earlier, actually. The Crusade Island theme. I bet this one, yeah. Man, what a fucking, what a spot in this game. Final Fantasy X was great as well, wasn't he? Well, that's nice. Good cup of tea. Good cup of tea, chap. That's what I'm talking about. Do, do. What a tune. What a tune. Goated music, right? Fucking nostalgia, man, I'm telling you. So like I say, this is what Endfield does for me. Like, you might not connect the dots yourself, but it's like when I'm exploring Limbus, it takes me, maybe not specifically this specific era, but you know, roundabout, it's just like, I just get such a nostalgic experience from exploring in Endfield, I do. I think it's why I have so much love for him. Never played one of these, but music have a vibe, I tell ya. You never played any, oh man, Final Fantasy games. Final Fantasy 10 and 9 and 12 for me are up there as some of my favourite games. 10's good as well. 10's really good. I think 10 for me just felt a bit jarring of a switch when I first played it. So I was like, you know what I mean? It was a bit of a switch up that I wasn't sure whether I liked at first, but then it grew on me all the time. Final Fantasy 10 did. It's like Final Fantasy 9 was such a fucking a masterpiece for me. I kind of wanted that typical thing of like, well, I want new stuff, but I kind of want it to be like that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. So I've got majority of the Final Fantasies on Steam now. I've got majority of them. Yo, Sarah, what's going on? I don't think I've got what's it though. Let me check actually. Boom, boom. I realised that game was still running. Air. So like, obviously I actually recently, if I can actually look, started replaying Final Fantasy VIII on PlayStation 1. So yeah, on Steam I've got what? Crisis Core, Final Fantasy 3 3D remake, 4 3D remake, 7 2013, Ever Crisis, Rebirth, the remake Integrate, 8 remastered, 9, 12 the Zodiac Age, 15 Windows Edition, and 10 and 10.2 HD remaster. I got a bunch on PlayStation as well, like physical. Well, 2013, right? Am I going to play GTA 6 when it's out? I probably won't be, no, because I don't have a PlayStation 5, and I am not buying a PlayStation 5 to play GTA. I don't get me wrong, I adored all the GTA since GTA back in the day. Like, I've been a GTA guy since GTA was top down. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I haven't played them yet, actually. You know, the new versions, the remakes. I haven't played them either. I've got them though. I plan to play them. I haven't got round to doing it though. But yeah, I think once I've got through Baldur's Gate, it might be something I'll look to do. But yeah, like GTA 2, GTA London, GTA 3, GTA fucking Vice City. You know what I mean? San Andreas. Oh my god, like love it, right? GTA 4, GTA 5, and they were all day one purchases for me. But yeah, I ain't, because like what? If you want a good experience with this GTA, I think you're going to have a PlayStation Pro. I think you're going to have a a PS5 Pro, right? You're going to have a Pro. And then what, like 800 quid, 900 quid? I ain't spending 900 quid to play one game. That's going to mean I'm spending £1,000 plus just to play GTA fucking 6. Fuck that. Fuck that. You know it's going to be the definitive edition on PC anyway, so I'll just wait. Are you waiting for PC? Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, with GTA 5, I had a console and a PC anyway, so it was just like, I played GTA 5 when it dropped, but the PC version was just a better version, right? It just was. Like, when it came to multiplayer, I tended standard multiplayer, that is, not RP stuff. I played the console version more, just because I had an account that had like fucking 100 billion on it or whatever. Probably not been getting GTA 6 for a few years anyway, even as a PS owner. What for? Price. It's gonna be 100 quid, eh? GTA... I've heard some people saying they think he might have already been arrested, because it says he hasn't been replying to social medias, but I don't know how true that is. Jabro's been going insane with the league share. I think it wiped 2 billion off Take-Two's evaluation, you know. Fuck! Brother out here causing mass panic in Rockstar and Take-Two. And looking at GTA, don't get me wrong, like, looks pretty right. And I don't know what I expected. And I haven't seen enough yet, but like, it does look just like GTA 5 Plus, which isn't bad. Do you know what I mean? Because GTA 5 is fucking dope, but I think my biggest worry, and I know people might be like, oh, you scared of the wokeness. It's not that. I remember this coming from people who, I can't remember who it was. I'm sure it was somebody who worked at Rockstar. Said they don't know if they could have made that game now. I'm a little bit worried. Not that I'm going to be one of those people that's like, women, and all that sort of stuff. I'm just worried that they're not going to do things that they've usually done in terms of, you know, shocking characters and stuff and having certain scenarios. Because one thing that GTA was really good at, right, was kind of an extreme social commentary, right, in a funny way. And I'm worried that, like, and I'm cool with them doing social commentary stuff on what's going on now, but it would be cool if they actually really lent into it well. And I'm a bit worried they might be worried about certain things because of the type of culture we have nowadays in regards to stuff like that. And I think it might new to the game a little bit. I'm not worried about the gameplay and stuff, like, I think that'll be fine, but I'm just, and I'm sure even if it is, it's still going to be good, right, because it's Rockstar. I do have hope with Rockstar, because, like, you know, Red Dead 1, Red Dead 2, all the GTAs, you know, Rockstar do make good video games. Do you know what I mean? They do make good video games. But, like, we'll just have to wait to see if it is still truly the Rockstar of old, right? Because we've seen a lot of companies, haven't we, over the years that were once goated and no longer the same. Let's just hope, you know what I mean? Let's just hope. You're referencing, it might have been, I can't remember, Little Toad. That's why I don't really want to say too much, because I'm kind of vague posting, if I'm honest. For me, I just feel like the single player is going to be great, but you know, they're going to force mod. I'm a little bit worried about that as well. I'm a little bit worried about what the game ecology is going to be. I am not necessarily worried about the online stuff. I'm worried about how the online stuff's, and not that it's going to affect the game itself in terms of the quality and how much can be put into it, like how we were talking before, or potentially systems and triggers coming from the online into the game. Do you know what I mean? And just whether they can hit that lightning twice, because, like, for me, you know, GTA Online was great. Didn't mean to do that. We're on that refresh pull, chat. And that refresh pull. Only care for single player, so PS5 is good enough for me, and I don't since launch. Oh yeah, for sure. Like, if you got a console, like if I had a PS5 now, even if I had a base PS5, I'd buy GTA. I would, you know what I mean? Since I ain't spending the money on it, man. I refuse. I refuse to do it. I refuse to be lulled in. Enfield is go. Is it up? Okay. You're getting baited. You get debated. You debated me. Look at IGN channel and don't say it, bro. Like, if they ever do that again, I'll boycott the game. That's it. I don't care about fucking where the game's at. I wouldn't, but still, yeah. Never again. Please. Please don't ever do that again, Hypergryph. One of the stupidest things that I've ever seen. Actually insane. Such self-sabotage. Do you know what I mean? Just checking the Twitter. No, I should imagine that they'll just... Video will just go live, right? I'm assuming... We're assuming it's a premiere, then. I'm assuming it's a premiere, right? Yeah, like, I'm excited for GTA, though. I am. Just not that excited that I'm going to buy a PlayStation. And don't get me wrong, it could be something that could make me money, because even after all these years, I would imagine that my channel is still embedded in the algorithm from, yeah, true, that's a good point. Unless it's just because the premiere literally starts at past. But yeah, like, because, like, I used to do really well doing GTA content, right? But, yeah, even for that, I'm just like, no. Refuse to spend £1,000 to play a video game, you know. And like, God forbid it's ass. I don't think it's gonna be, but like, just God forbid after that you spend £1,000 on a console, and the game, and then you don't even enjoy the game. Because like, there's no reason to play a PlayStation, to have a PlayStation at the minute, other than GTA. Like, I can't think of a single game that I can't play on PC that is worth buying a PlayStation for at the minute for me. You're late. You're late. I'm going to be Flicks. I'm going to be Flicks. You're late. The second the IGN crash out, that will require a lot of it. Yeah. It's live. Wait. Oh, here we go. 35 seconds ago. All right, here we go. Chat. We're ready. Let's turn it up. Arknights Endfield Dreamscape of Wind and Snow version preview program is now live. All right, preemptive like. Let's get into it, boys and girls. Let's see what it's saying. Let's go.
各位管理员，大家好，我是明日方舟周末地的游戏制作人海猫洛河舞。时隔1个月啊，很高兴再次通过这样的方式呢和大家见面。今天我们想和大家聊聊的是周末地的新版本内容与优化进展。
Okay. New content and optimizations.
我们收到了许多来自管理员的反馈，无论是英龙关与北部禁区啊，随着剧情推进不断变化的场景，还是角色发丝、服装材质等细节表现，看到大家留意到了这些花费大量心思打磨的内容，对我们来说是一件非常开心、非常令人鼓舞的事情。那当然，在分享喜悦的同时啊，我们也一直认真关注着大家提出的每一条意见和建议。那各位的声音啊，不仅帮助我们发现问题，也不断为后续的开发和优化提供新的方向。其中的一部分成果也将在这一版本中正式和大家见面。我们也非常期待各位管理员体验之后的反馈，希望这些更新能够为大家带来更好的游戏体验。
QOL patch, do you reckon, chat?
随着50的盛大裂隙危机终于告一段落，就在众人庆祝胜利的同时啊，一段小插曲却吸引了管理员的注意。那接下来啊，就请各位跟随《雪松幽梦》版本 PV， 一同踏进那片被白雪覆盖的松林。
Snow blanketed forest。
一位来自罗德岛的朋友正等待着与大家相遇。
Rhodes Island mentioned. We go into Sammy with this one. Do you reckon it's just a single banner for Typhon?
Pray, melt the frost upon the gates of Dreamscape. Let fly the arrow that reaches the gulf of sleeping and
Is that a VA?
raise the shadow sunk in deep reaches and beckon the spirit wandering.
Scandinavian twang.
The witchcraft spawn gets their energy by eating people's dreams.
No one bullies my friends.
What the fuck?
You deserve a slap for that.
Chat, what am I looking at?
It doesn't matter if the path turned out to be a trap. Amma is always
The fuck was that?
Everything is a gift from Sami.
So what, she's nature's striker art tunic, yeah? And she's thick as fuck.
Dags att välja vårt byte.
Oh, dude, I love her voice, though. I love her voice. Is that like... Is that Norwegian or...
Ni borde frukta mig.
That's Norwegian, yeah. Was it Finnish? Is it Swedish?
Amma, help us leave this nightmare.
Okay, that goes hard. That goes hard. Is it the actual same VA? Gee! What the fuck is that thing, though? Version Intel. Artwork's dope. She's thick, ain't she, boys? We got a bit of thigh action. Frigid adventure. Very big feline roar. What the fuck is this? I missed what star it was. Is this a 5-star? Ooh. Ooh, the new area looks nice. 5-star. Looks like a Monster Hunter cat. Does kind of look like something like that, doesn't he? Bit odd. I like to think of it. I'm down for funky characters like that, though. Suffering's End, so that's a non-sig weapon, yeah? Is that potentially a homestead for us there? Because that was decorating that, right? Have we got a home? Have we got a house? Trial of the Bold challenge event. The weapon kind of slaps. What have you seen leaks? Which game did that? Was it Zenlist that had a mold that was like that? AIC production thing as well. That's kind of cool. Run a steeplechase. Okay, I'm here for this. I know people will look at this and go, oh, garbage minigame shit. Don't give a fuck. I'm here for that. New Umbral Monument. Okay. Over the frontier, into the front. I love the platforming. Right? Minigame slop. I don't care, man. I'll eat up that slop.
欢迎大家回来。此前啊，我们一路北上，成功遏制了北部禁区的盛大裂隙，击败了阿莱克琉斯，争取到了来之不易的安宁。在本次支线故事中啊，总工程师安德烈在得知武林决胜胜利消息后啊，决定带着物资悄悄前往武林，想给大家一个惊喜。然而这在途中啊，他却突然失去了音讯。那最后留下的线索呢，将一切指向了应龙关外的一片雪松林。在大战之后啊，正好有所闲暇的管理员听说了这个消息，决定立即前往雪松林，尝试寻找这位老朋友的踪迹。 所幸啊，在一处被浓雾封锁的林间角落啊，终于找到了安德烈。可奇怪的是啊，自从踏入这
We find him in the corner of
无论是官员
forest.
还是安
Awesome.
德烈，都始终无法走出。
Don't need to find him now because we know where he is. Cheers,
就在迷路
Hypergryph.
深处啊，两人偶遇了同样受困于此的旅人，来自罗德岛的干员载旅者提夫洛斯。那这位
Bro, a
性格
design
随
is
和的
dope.
冰
Do
原
we
猎手
have
远道而来，本想
Snow
拜访一位
building
通
up on
晓
our
萨米历史的
operators'
老先
outfits?
谁知
Chat.
却阴差阳错
Do we have
与我
snow
们一同
physics
迷失
here?
在风雪之中。那眼看
I think we got a bit of
阴谋
snow
将至
physics
一行人
here.
只能先前往雪色
A
小
little
屋
bit
等
of
待天
particle
明。
build-up.
那这片雪松林啊，自然没有那么简单。只要踏入林中啊，浓雾便会在身后迅速合拢。那这片带有魔力的迷雾啊，
Oh, that's
不仅
cool.
遮蔽视线，
The snow looks
更会让人
fucking
在
good,
不知不
yeah.
觉间兜兜转转，最终回到原地。那想要驱散迷雾啊，就必须同时摧毁组成阵法的多个符文。那这些符文啊，始终漂浮游走，那仅凭寻常手段很难命中。管理员需要寻找到恰到好处的角度与时机，为提夫洛斯指明方向，再借助他手中的巨弓
Okay.
将符文同时击落，开辟前进的道路。
Simple
破
little
除了眼前的迷雾啊，还有更多
lock
难关
puzzles
需
for
要
her,
应
I
对。
guess.
那只有通过符文啊激活山间的巨大浮石，我们才能乘坐这些巨石跨越幽深的裂谷。浮空的攻击符文呢，则会无差别的攻击靠近他的人。管理员需要抓准时机，在他逼近前啊及时拦截。而穿行雪松林中时啊，还要小心血
Oh,
色
look at
造物。
these.
那这位在部族中拥有极高地位的萨满，能够施展原始技艺，
Snow
制造
Priestess's
树傀儡
creations.
守护自己的居所。
Yo, these
这
look
些巫
sick.
造物身上有一层坚固的护甲，只有先击毁外层甲壳，才
I
能
like
够
their
真正
design.
伤及他们的本体。
This is so
在旅途
AS4.
终点，管理员与提夫洛斯还将面对一只体型庞大的巫术造物，它能够操纵枝条在地下穿梭，将敌人牢牢束缚，不得动弹。
It's fucking Groot.
更令人意外的是啊，他甚至学会了部分造主的技艺啊，能够仿造血丝，召唤更多树傀儡，构筑法阵，将闯入者层层围困。那也会在战场上制造出拖慢我方速度，造成持续伤害的地弹。不过，在场
Slow
的
and
敌
dot.
人也并非毫无破绽，只要仔细观察他的行动规律，把握好应对时机，相信管理员们很快就能够找到破解之法，从容取胜。至于这片林中究竟隐藏着怎样的秘密呢？提夫洛斯是否能够如愿找到自己寻觅的传说呢？答案就留给
So we know the
各位
boss and
管理员
the
亲自前往探索了。
What's happening in the
接下
story
来
now?
还是先和我
Cheers,
们认
Lolo.
识一下两位新朋友吧。
Thanks. Thanks, bro. What the fuck is that
大
thing?
家好，我
It's
是
the
明
goats.
方舟中魔力的关卡设计师 Ra，很高兴又和大家见面了。我们一直在关注管理员们的反馈，也收到了很多宝贵的建议。比如爵上线之后，很多管理员都有提到切换装备不太方便的问题，我们也围绕这一体验进行了调整，相关优化在未来版本将与大家见面。
Okay.
同时，我们也正在为后续版本做准备，更多全新的关卡、更具挑战性的敌人，以及更多值得探索的内容，都在紧锣密鼓的开发当中。大家的热爱与支持，
Have you got to have
我
like
们
a
始终铭记于心，
presets to
也
just
会
switch
继续
between?
把这份期待转化为不断前进的动力，努力带来更多好玩、值得体验的新内容。接下来，就让我们一起认识两位新朋友提夫洛斯与扑切纳吧。
Perchena.
像雪松
Perchena.
林之行这样的荒原旅途，提夫洛斯早已经历过无数次。这些经历也让他像熟悉四肢一样熟悉猎弓。他天性纯真，对萨米流传的神话与传说怀有近乎执着的好奇心。
It's
作
definitely
为
Sammy
来自萨
coded
米
then,
聚落
yeah.
的年轻猎手，总是在追寻与收集各式各样的萨米故事，担心他们
Dude,
失落在时间的长河
Boys
中。
are insane.
有时人们总是会忘记，面前这个害羞时会躲在书本后的女孩，其实早已习惯了冰原的生活，也习惯了随身带着野外生存所需要的种种器具，在漫长旅
Cute
途
character
中
though,
独自
right?
前行。初见提夫洛斯的人都震惊于那把与他等高的弓，然而
Bro,
为了
she
传
could
说
crush
四处
my
奔
skull
波的
with
他
them.
早已熟悉了
Hold on.
如何驾驭。
Have a smile on my face.
Trust in the guidance of fate.
作为一名自然属性的突击干员，提夫洛斯善于使用手中的巨弓，对敌人发起狂风暴雨般的攻势。惯于独行的他，不
Animations
仅
look
练就
cool.
了一箭双雕的攻术
She might be， an
还有
actual
飘逸如风的
muscle.
身法。面对两名敌人夹击时，提夫洛斯能够跃至半空，在浮空状态下展开速射，并在
Half
攻击
Satan
间隙中
rapid
闪转
fire.
腾挪，攻守兼备。作为一名猎手，给敌人布置陷阱也是提夫洛斯的拿手好戏。
What do you mean
他
traps?
能够凝
Actually
聚
got a
多支
proper.
箭矢射向敌人，并布下延缓行动的箭阵。他会将自然的启示转化为凌厉的
Okay,
劣
so
势，
proper trap sport.
向敌人降下猛烈的箭雨。
I thought we were going to get a trap master unit then.
现在，让我们一起来看看提夫洛斯这套独特的战斗习惯，就是如何体现在他的招式之中的吧。
Okay.
普攻
I like his
追猎荒野
t-shirt.
可以对敌人进行至多5段普通攻击。
Look inside our unit.
处决敌人
Yeah.
时，将
I
造
was
成
say,
大量自然
it's
伤
a
害。
shame that we can't be
并恢复
shooting
一定
giant
记忆
pole arms or something.
战绩风使穿林，提夫洛斯将起跳进入浮空状态，期间可以通过攻击移动，并对至多2名敌人进行5次普通攻击，并造成自然伤害。同时，这也会消耗敌人身上的自然附着
OK
为提夫洛斯积累启示。而在进行空中普通攻击时，如果拥有劣势，则会自动消耗劣势，并强化提夫洛斯的攻击，额外造成自然爆发伤害。启示达到上限后，即可发动连续技野级重生，将启示转化为劣势，并向敌方所处位置释放剑阵。剑阵内的敌人持续受自然伤害和缓速效果，受到的自然爆发伤害也会更高。若连续技在浮空状态下发动，则除了原本的效果外，还将重置空中普攻次数，向敌人射出更多箭矢，造成更多伤害。
I do like that.
终结技冰山护
Do you like
岛
that
提夫洛斯
aerial
拉弓射
animation
出
though?
一
It's
支
cool.
强力箭矢，命中目标后引发爆炸，对范围内的敌人造成高额自然伤害。随即，提夫洛斯将进入浮空状态，并获得2只劣势。接下来的5次空中普通攻击均会在攻击落点生成箭雨，额外造成高额伤害。而在终结技释放后进入的浮空时间，消耗自然附着同样可以为提夫洛斯积攒喜事。
Okay, so she gains these signs when she
如果
consumes,
终
and
结
yeah.
技释放时，提夫罗斯已经处于浮空状态，则会维持浮空状态，直到终结技结束。了解完提夫罗斯的技能后，事不宜迟，让我们来一起看一下
I
他
wonder
的
if
实
when
战
she's
中
in
表
that
现吧。
aerial state,
先来
she
挑
can
战
avoid a
影头
bunch of
风飞
attacks.
溶解窥看关卡。这关要同
You know
时
what I
战
mean?
胜2只大
She
雪
does
娃
look
子，
fun, doesn't
难
she?
度可不低。
She does.
一开场，我们先开启离诺战技，提供恢复和伤害加成，同时操控提夫洛斯普攻接重击，接连触发艾尔黛拉和黎诺的连续技削弱敌人。这之中，使用绝的战技和连续技给目标迅速叠上2层自然附着。准备完成，我们立即使用提夫洛斯的战技浮空，在空中持续普攻输出，不断触发自然爆发，打出高额伤害的同时，刚好灵活地闪避过了敌人的攻击。此时触发了提夫洛斯的连续技，不过我们不急着使用，在启示层数攒满后，通过普攻可以随时再激活提夫洛斯的连续技。等绝的连续技冷却时间结束后，此时
Okay, so you wanna build them
提夫洛斯的连续
signs
技
up and then
补满劣势层数，
trigger
并
it.
进一步放大输出效率。配合其他干员的技能后，提夫洛斯再次浮空输出，轻松规避地面伤害后，5箭连发，直接带走2名敌人，轻松获胜。提夫洛斯不仅对大型目标输出强势，他终结技的箭雨的群体伤害也十分出众。让我们来接着看看他在面对更多敌人时的实战表现吧。第一波敌人
She does
是
look
多
cool.
支原生前手，我们先开吉尔佩塔战技聚拢分散的敌人，随
And
即
before
使用
future
提夫
aerial
洛
team
斯
that can't be harmed by
对聚拢的敌人
great
造成高额伤害，瞬间清空了所有敌人。第二波则是2只无法移动的浅地球兽，我喜欢叫它钻地虫。先手使用银石战技，
Her animations are cool, aren't they?
增加第1层自然附着。我们控制提夫洛斯普攻的同时，再衔接银石的一系列技能，快速叠至3层自然附着。随后配合吉尔佩塔和赛西的终结技，提夫洛斯再度浮空5箭连射，直接一波带走2只钻地虫，华丽收场。从刚才的实战视频大家可以看到，只要有能产生自然附着的队友进行配合，就算没有终结技，提夫洛斯也可以在短时间内打出高额的爆发性伤害。在攻击多个精英敌人的情况时，不用狙怪
I
就可
like
以轻
Rose's
松应对，
t-shirt.
而且战技的浮空状态还能灵活躲开很多难缠的敌人技能。可以说，提夫洛斯是一个兼具爆发输出与灵活闪避的强力自然突击干员。除了之前已经与大家打过照面的提夫洛斯，这个版本我们还会认识一位全新的5星干员普钦娜。
Okay, 5
这
star.
位包裹在
Pacina.
玩偶服中的少女深受超域综合症所困，
Oh, it's actually a
总会突然
person
毫无
underneath
征兆
it.
地陷入沉睡。但在家人的呵护与自己的努力之下，她不仅成为了超域综合症救助基金会的代言人，还在怀塔商会的引荐下来到了中末地工业。对于普切纳来说，朋友与其他患者们同样是自己的家人。正因为感受过来自家人的温暖，他也希望用自己的方式守护更多人的生活。
Exotic dried fin!
普切纳是一位物理属性的重装干员，
Oh,
会
physical
毫不
defender.
犹豫地抄上手边的一切去保护队友。作为重装干员，他可以架起棉花糖盾牌，格挡多次攻击。 在挡下攻击后，普切纳也能抓住破绽，主动反击，给敌人来一记猛烈的头锤，打断敌人的攻势。作为基金会的形象代言人，送礼物当然也是他的重要工作。当主攻干员陷入危机时，普切纳会及时送出礼物，为队友带来治疗。至于敌人收到的礼物就没那么幸运了，危险的炸弹还是难以逃脱的黑洞了，全看他们的运气了。如果犹豫不决，
I think she'll be one of them that actually you'll find people really using. I mean, probably things like CC and stuff.
顺
Yeah.
带一提，还有隐藏款哦。普切纳保护家人的心意，从他每一次的举盾与攻击中都可见一斑。现在，让我们来看看他是如何战斗与保护同伴的。普攻、点心、长炸。普切纳可以至多进行3段普通攻击，对敌人造成物理伤害。处决敌人时将造成大量物理伤害，并恢复一定技力。发动战技，我没有睡着后，普切纳会架起盾牌格挡攻击，期间可以使得自身以及周围的干员获得庇护效果。在战技期间，首次成功格挡可以延长普切纳的举盾时间，并返还一定的技力。
Yeah, I think she's gonna actually be kind of good.
如果继续格挡，则会逐渐降低庇护的效果。在整个举盾的时间内，受影响的干员们都会变得更加不容易被打断。一段时间后，普切纳可以再次释放战技，这次释放不会消耗技力，而且可以对敌人造成自然伤害，并施加自然附着。当主攻干员受到攻击时，将触发普切纳的连携技点心还是礼物。普切纳会向主攻干员扔出一个礼物匣子，治疗主攻干员。之后，礼物匣子还会从炸弹、手工作业和好吃的点心中额外随机开出一个礼物。不同的礼物拥有不同的效果。炸弹能对敌人造成物理伤害，并额外造成一定失衡。手工作业则会持续吸引周围的敌人，被造成物理伤害。
Oh shit, but a CC as well.
而好吃的点心则可以继续治疗主攻干员。终结技不许干坏事儿。普切纳会一次打开3个大菲林礼盒，每个礼盒都会随机开出炸弹或者手工作业中的任意一个。
Oh, okay. Well, we got a bit of RNG
大菲
then.
林礼盒有概率开出代言人的特殊赠礼，对命中的敌人额外施加法术脆弱效果。讲完了技能的效果，现在我们就来看一下普切纳在战场中的发挥吧。首先，
Interesting
让
unit.
我们对阵老朋友
Sounds like an
白垩
interesting
纪
unit, actually.
大家都知道，白垩纪卫的攻击段数非常多啊，一旦被
Where's this going then? Is this just going straight into standard banner, or is this going to be a free unit?
开场面对白垩纪卫的猛烈捶打，我们立即祭出普切纳的战技，持续格挡攻击，
Yeah, it looks like the
并
gifts.
衔接普切纳的连击，
That's the RNG.
恢复血量。这样，即使在白垩纪卫的连续攻势下，伊冯依然能安然无
Looks
恙
like
地
an
打出
interesting
攻击
unit though.
紧接着，我们使用普切纳的免费2段战技，打断敌人血力，并施加自然附着，顺势开启伊冯可战技的终结技，火力全开。随后，我们开启普切纳的终结技。哎呀，这次运气爆棚，普切纳直接开出了3个特殊炸弹，瞬间将敌人打入失衡状态，并施加了脆弱效果，机不可失。随着伊冯终结技打出最后1段，敌人应声倒下，完美收官。其实，由于战技可以快速产生自然附着，普切纳还能和提夫洛斯进行组队，为队伍提供强大的生存能力。这次我们就来挑战一下协议空间。开局，我们先用普切纳的战技快速给敌人施加自然附着，紧接着开启提
I
夫
don't
洛斯
think
的
we
战
get
技
an announcement right. Do you reckon we just get a teaser, or do you reckon it's just because we're doing the Sammy
没关
vibes?
系，我们立即开启普切纳的战技，完美格挡。纵使敌人的攻势再凶猛，也撼动不了普切纳的防御。下一波敌人又登场了，我们先给目标施加安塔尔的印记，随即释放普切纳的2段战技，配合安塔尔和银石的连接技与终结技，敌人的自然附着层数瞬间飙至4层。时机成熟，我们开启提夫洛斯的终结技，伴随着提夫洛斯的空中5箭连射，敌人被铺天盖地的密集箭雨瞬间蒸发。从刚才的实战视频，大家可以看到，作为一名重装干员，普切纳的防御能力十分出众，能产生自然附着的同时，可以更持久地为队友提供庇护和抗打断能力。终结技如果运气爆棚，
I think this is
多种不同的增益效
I
果。
think this is going to be a unit that you'll probably see people using in like when we do get things like CC back and stuff as well, right? Gameplay, event, and preview.
在这个版本中，我们还将为各位管理员带来一张全新的解谜玩法地图——碎冥。这是我们对解谜玩法的一次尝试。
New puzzle
我们希
gameplay.
望以整座城市为谜面，让管理
Entire
员
city
沉浸
a
于
puzzle.
街巷之间，在一步步探索中找出往日真相。一位世代维护3号
Oh
钟的
shit! Yo,
工
what's
匠
this?
为我们描绘了一座早已沉没于水中的旧日都市。而随着他的讲述，我们也将回到那座已经消失的城市。此时的碎冥城，侵蚀潮即将来袭。 为了向沉重的居民发出警示，我们需要寻找散落各处的备用零件，修好城中央的醒时钟。睡眠城的潮水会随着时间不断涨落。当潮水退去，一些原本无法抵达的区域便会显现，可以进行探索。其中也藏着修复醒时钟所需要的零件。有时需要借助漂浮在水面的浮冰抵达远处的高台。有时则要等待潮水完全退去。
Okay, we haven't seen that, have we? Since Levy's story, have we?
取回。然而，每当潮水再次上涨，醒时钟都会将时间回溯到管理员初次踏入睡眠城的那一刻。因此，管理员需要把握每次涨落的节奏，在有限的时间里破解更多谜题，赶在侵蚀潮彻底吞没城市之前修复醒时钟。当然，也不用担心因为一次没有完成所有探索而前功尽弃。虽然时间会回溯，但已经收集到的零件都会保留下来。而在中将的记忆里，留存的不只是这座城市，还有那些曾生活于此的人。穿梭于街巷之间，倾听他们留下的话语，也许还能揭开另一个谜题。那口随着5年一幕从谭健堂前往天师府学院的3道中，究竟有着怎样的过去？随着提夫洛斯的故事展开，现实挑战玩法晚宫试炼也将开启。在雪松林的靶场中，管理员将与提夫洛斯一同研究来自萨米的特殊剑矢，利用不同剑矢的特性挑战层层关卡。首次通关模拟训练后，可以获得包括千金玉在内的一次性奖励。随着挑战不断深入，管理员还能升级靶场，解锁更多剑矢类型，应对更复杂的挑战。在新的关卡中，管理员们需要随机应变，灵活更换剑矢芯片。不同的剑矢对不同的靶标具有克制作用。合理搭配往往就能至于不同剑矢之间，还能组合出一些有趣的玩法，就等待管理员们亲自探索了。需要说明的是，晚宫试炼活动期间，还可以通过完成限时试炼任务，获得包括千金玉在内的丰厚奖励。而在通关后，日常训练关卡每天还会发生一些不同的变化，管理员们或许需要尝试用新的方式进行挑战。虽然限时试炼任务奖励不会重复发放，但希望这样的设计可以为大家带来更丰富的可重复游玩体验。
Okay, we'll have to see
活动结束后，
if it is replayable.
试炼还将转为常驻玩法，供管理员们继续体验。武林的恢复与再建设仍然是一个漫长的过程。集成工业可以让这座经历灾难的城市更快地恢复生机。在本次版本中，我们将迎来集成援助活动第2期泡泡出击。在活动期间，管理员可以获得限时配方，生产特殊援助产物，提交至武林据点，获得武林调度券与援助成果券。援助成果券可以在限时兑换商店中换取丰厚奖励。与此同时，活动期间武林地区对应据点产出调度券的效率也会大幅提升，帮助管理员们更快地积累资源，兑换需要的物资。此外，我们也对商店兑换进行了优化，据点页面新增了限时兑换入口，提交产物后可以更快前往兑换。首次进入商店时，也会默认选中1期商品，当第1期兑换完成后，则会自动跳转至2期商店。希望这些优化能让管理员在兑换奖励时更加顺畅。相信各位管理员都对武林城中的跑道很有印象吧？平时也会看到市民们在跑道上锻炼的场景。在版本的下半程中，将开启趣味活动“跑者运动会”。一房也来到了武林，邀请管理员加入这场武林的盛会。从城外山道小径到城内屋顶，甚至到半空中，都将成为奔跑的舞台。管理员在特制的赛道中可以全速冲向终点，也可以利用充足的探索时间完成龙泡泡、气球收集。赛道内设置了弹射装置、涡流团等机关，管理员可以合理利用它们，更快地完成比赛。
So this is for me. This is where Endfield shines, you know, in exploration and stuff. So
突破各种减速陷阱哦。在规定时间内抵达终点，即可获得包括千金玉在内的丰厚奖励。而随着收集气球的数量不断增加，还能解锁包含纪念道具、滚动龙泡泡特饮在内的一系列里程碑奖励。期待各位管理员在这场盛会中一展身手，跑出精彩，创下佳绩。同时，游戏内也会开启网页活动，融合山团团，来融合相同的山团团，点亮图鉴，最终找到黄金管理员吧。山团团们发动各类战绩，助管理员们一臂之力。在活动期间完成对应的任务。
Yeah, like I know it's going to be something that most people will just see as like slot, but I just really enjoy the exploration and moving around in Endfield. So anything that leans into that, I kind of like. I do.
幽隐可行。 管理员们完成同步开启的限时活动“风杯留名刻印”，即可获得包含
It's like say looking at the new area as well.
战争回
Again,
响则会先后开启
It,
虚像
it
与超
shows
时人的
where
全新
level
赛季。
design and traversal in this game
轮
shines.
换旧有关卡的基础上，各新增3个关卡。
You know, like the
希望
Sammy
随着
area
版
that
本
they
更
showed
新
off.
可以为管理员们不断提供新的敌人组合与关卡，同时也期待着管理员们能通过战争回响持续发掘战斗的多种可能性。
I've got to
装备方
admit,
面，我们
I'm
对
not
潮勇
that
装备组
into
与长期
Echoes
装
of
备
War
组
personally.
集成实训装备组进行了部件更新。版本更新后，管理员抵达武林地区即可获
I've still
得
actually got
集
trim
成
on
实训
medals
装备
in
制
here.
造模板。
I just
与此同时，
Yeah,
全新装备
it's
组、
alright, like.
显关装备组
I like what they're doing with some of the
也将正式上线
mechanics,
希
but
望能为管理员们提供更多不同的战术搭配选择。此外，本次版本中塔金集
because
换
it
也
leans
将
more
持续
into
上线，
timer-based stuff
包
for
括2
trims,
张
and it's
全
just
新唱
like.
片、喜天、5相
Okay,
救
this patch is looking
以及
incredibly
全
mid
新
so
发展
far.
动作
I think
提
this is a
供
bit of
水墨
a
常识、
a filler
衣服
patch.
潮流热舞
Looking at
等
it.
趣味内容。在装饰物品方面，则新增了4款
Looks like a
全新
bunch of
装饰
little events.
鞍马的关切、
Single
显
6-star
梦
banner,
炽热宴
5-star
会
banner,
以及彩虹。
story updates.
放下水晶球，静静欣赏受主踏
But
雪而来的
overall,
身
like, it
影，
looks like
希
a-
望它能带来祝
I
福。
would say filler update
显
maybe
梦能够将梦
because
境
we got a
分
bit
享
of
给他
story
人
right, but
不
maybe
过大概也会有人问你，梦中猎手这个动作到底是什么意
you know,
思？
I guess maybe a
你总
segue
带来一个
patch
考
maybe.
驾这下无论身在何处，都能随时举办一场热闹的宴会。不过宴会在哪里开场，可就由管理员们说了算了。想要见到彩虹，往往需要天时地利，而现在只要你愿意，任何地方都可以升起一道彩虹了。除了新的装饰物品之外，随身装置也迎来了新的扩展。本次版本新增大、中、小3种加速弹源，将加速弹源装备至背包中的随身物品栏后，
Oh,
弹
sweet.
源在武林地区行动时，冲刺所需的体力的恢复速度将会加快，让管理员们在跑图时可以更加顺畅。更高规格的
See,
加速弹
this for me
源获得的提升效果也
is
更
how
强。新的加速弹源
you
同样
implement
可以通过塔基集换来获取。未来
systems of
我们将继
utility.
续推出更多类型、更加有趣、实用的地区专属随身装置，还请各位管理员们敬请期待了。
You know, to give you that little like extra bit of spice in movement and stuff, but it doesn't break the game
讲
and the
完了
design of the
接下
game.
来我们为各位管理员带
Smart
来
that
更多
is.
版
I
本的
told
活
you
动
that
信息。
backpack
新干
slot
员
to
提
become
弗洛斯
really
加入
useful,
中
didn't
国
I?
利亚我们还
Again,
会
it
开
seems
启
like it'll
新一
work
期
really well
特
in
殊巡访
something
东
like
列前面为大家介绍过的
yes,
新
as
干
well, I
员
think.
提弗洛斯将会在当期巡访中获得概率提升。在特许巡访东列快要结束时呢，我们将会迎来一种新的巡访
Boy,
类型
could have been better.
本期为绚丽异彩第一期
Put it in your backpack
那
slot.
全部可能出现的6星干员为伊冯、于禁、黎峰、埃尔戴拉、别里、
OK
禁卫。伊冯呢将在巡访活动中获得概率提升。需要注意的是啊，重构巡访
I
的
don't
规
have
则
a
与其他
Yvonne
巡访不同。首先，在重构巡访中啊，累计巡访30次、60次、90次时呢，都将额外获得10次加急招募。前
Hold on, let me just pause you. In Resplendent Spectrum RE Factor Headhunting number 1, perform a certain number of headhunting attempts to earn corresponding rewards. 30, 60, 90 headhunting attempts, you will respectively receive 10 bonus urgent recruitment attempts, which count as 1 free 10 headhunting attempt. The current rate of 6-star is guaranteed within the first 120 headhunting attempts. Every 240, headhunting progress carries over. Progress and claim sites to the rewards above will carry over to future events in the Resplendent Spectrum. Okay, so they'll carry over to the next Resplendent Spectrum. So, hey, yo, if you want to build pity, guys, you can build pity for the next event banner thing. If you want, there you go.
120次巡访，
I can build
一定
pity,
获取
Mom.
当期概率提升的6星干员。每累计巡访240次呢，也可以获得当
Yeah, it looks
期概
like
率
it.
提升的6星干员信物。
Looks like
其中刚刚提到的
a 10
3次累计
10
巡访
bomb
的
every
加急招募
year.
奖励呢，获得进度以及淋雨状态，还有前120次巡访
Game
并
saved.
获得当期概率提升6星干员的保底进度，以及
Let's have a proper look at
巡
this.
访240次可获得的当期概率提升的6星干员信物的累计进度。都会在后续的重构巡访、绚丽异彩的第2期、第3期等等这个同名系列中啊得到继承。
So it only carries over to
也就是说
those particular
属于同名
banners.
系列
Though.
的重构巡访中的抽取进度存在继承机制。
Wait,
与此
wait.
同时啊，
Wait, what did you say? There is a carryover mechanic for pull progress in all RE Factor Headhunting banner series of the same name. Right, okay. In Resplendent Spectrum. So there's going to be different RE Factor. So there could be like I don't know, whatever. Insert name within the brackets. Alright, so this will only carry over to another resplendent spectrum, yeah?
同名系列的重构寻访中的抽取进度存在继承机制。与此同时啊，重构寻访有最多80次寻访必定获取一名6星干员的机制。那该机制啊，仅在重构寻访该类型的寻访间互通。接下来
Sorry, I'm just what? Headhunting features a guarantee.
同时啊，重构寻访有最多80次寻访必定获取一名6星干员的机制。那该机制啊
This mechanic is shared across all RE factor headhunting. Right, so wait a minute. So the specific I'm a bit confused with this. So the 50-50 transfers over, so if I just want to use it on another RE, it's okay, but the specific thing around the 120 spark doesn't? Is that what I'm getting from that? 6-star operator is guaranteed within 80 headhunting attempts. This guarantee is shared only across... Okay, so the 6-star 50-50 transfers across any RE factor, but the 120 only works on Resplendent. Is that what they're saying? Pretty much. But like, so this would only come back the next time it's a Resplendent Spectrum RE factor. I'm getting that right?
在重构寻访该类型的寻访间。
I will say people are going to be like, bro, why is this so confusing? That sounds a little bit confusing. We'll have to look at it properly though. Hopefully they show us some
接下来是武库交易所。新版本
some more notes on
将
that.
伴随特许寻访东猎上架一把全新的6星施术单元寒夜幽影，管理员可以在幽寒深岭中获取这把武器。而随着重构寻访的开启啊，武库方面呢也会限时开放一种新类型的武库深岭——重构深岭。
RE Factor Arsenal tickets.
点绘深岭第1期，6星武器艺术暴君将会得到概率提升。点绘深岭第1期呢，将与绚丽异彩第1期重构寻访同期开放，同时结束。
It's more or less Colonel.
此的
Carry over for a refactor only
其
then.
他武库深岭不同。
I think the 50-50, but I think
前8次深岭内的
Spark
必得当期概率提升武器艺术暴君的进度。 以及啊，累计8次深岭后
So
的
I think you can carry over the Spark Pity onto a different one.
也将会
So
在
I
后续
think
的点绘深岭第2期
what I'm getting?
第3期
Say you get to 90 pulls, you've hit your 50-50. You've got 30 pulls left. On the next
留意后续的卡池规则详情公告了。
You've only got to get 30 pulls to get Yvonne?
干员试用活动
Right?
将会同步开放。
Am I reading that
在版本
right?
更新后啊
Say you got to 70 pulls on the next RE factor, 10 pulls you need to hit 50-50.
探索应龙关外那片神秘的雪松林的奥秘。7日签到活动，足力扩语也将同时上线。管理员们登录完成签到，可累计获得包括5张现实寻访凭证在内的奖励。和过往版本一样，采购中心的集成配额交
In
易
a
中
sense,
也
it
会新
sounds
增
like
可
it
兑换
kind of
对应
works
寻
like
访
the
的
limited
5张
banner,
现
how
实特许寻访
50-50
名额
carries over.
管理员们
Pity,
记得按时
but
兑
the
换。
Spark
新一期协议通行
Pity
证
doesn't
也将
until
随着新版本一
that
起开
banner
启。
comes back
接手
again.
对应的协议通行
So
证
in a
后
sense, it's like
管理
when
员
the
可以通过
rerun
自选
comes
箱
back,
获得
the
自
pity
选
you
6星
built
武器
up is
补给
still there if you
包
didn't
括
get the
全新的6星
units.
施术单
I
元
think.
苦难的尽头，以及还可以获取全新名片主题梦石药业、头像冰结的轮廓、头像框血丝规则等多种奖励。随着新区域雪松林开放，我们还会同步开启雪降森林引入活动，欢迎管理员们来到林中探索。在雪松林中完成解锁协议传送点、开启协议储存箱等各项任务啊，即可获
Is
得
this,
丰厚
are
奖
we
励
gonna have。this as a little
此
house?
全新玩法地图岁明开启后啊，还会开启对应引入活动于中明的旧城，在这片已经被淹没的城市中探索往昔故事，完成相应任务，获得活动奖励。
Man, it's crazy, man.
在雪松
Fucking hell,
林
we're
版本
pushing
的
into
后半程
September
呢
already.
将迎来
The
限
fucking
制
years
性活
flew
动
by again, man.
饮水
Holy
渡秋
shit.
那各位管理啊，可在此期间登录签到，即可获得包括头像、跑动行进、千金玉、滚动龙泡泡特饮在内的丰厚奖励。说完了6星干员啊，让我们看看全新的5星干员铺千大。那想必管理员在前面介绍后啊，就在
Yes,
好奇
okay.
它的获取方式了。 这
Where do we
一次
get
啊，铺千大为各位管理员带来了一份特别的礼物。在这一版本中啊，馈赠活动，我们的大菲林来袭，
Complete the event to get the max
那
potential.
管理员们登录即可直接领取全新5星干员铺千大
Nice
以及全新5星武器点心时刻。
So her
作为馈
Anna
赠活动
Sig
奖励干员
and
与
max
武器啊
potential for finishing
这
the
个干员
event.
与全新武器不会在近期立即加入干员寻访与武库森林， 不过管理员们也不需要担心潜能提升的问题。本期馈赠活动的任务奖励中将会包含铺千大的5个干员信物，以及额外5把武器、点心时刻。那管理员们仅需完成对应的馈赠任务，即可轻松将铺千大与点心时刻提升至满潜能状态。管理员可千万不要错过。最后理智补给限时活动在本本持续期间也会先后2次开启。活动期间每日完成指定任务即可获得应急理智加强剂、理智消耗许可。
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Fucking fully potted character from just doing the event.
在先前的
Well,
版本
get
中
her
为大
and
家
a
预告
weapon,
过的系
and
列
then
优化
pot
内
it through
容
the
也
event.
会在
Yeah.
这个版本正式
It's
落
cool.
地。首先是交互与易用性方面，在剧情对话中我们新增了隐藏按钮提示功能。现在管理员可以隐藏按键和对话文字，
Oh, nice, okay.
截取更具沉浸感的游戏画面，收藏、分享那些喜欢的剧情瞬间。
Bro, I really love
隐藏
the
界面也支持
snow
自动播放
that
同时
builds upon the
开启
characters.
管理员们可以通过这一功能更沉浸地享受剧情了。在日常任务方面会客室也迎来了一些优化。现在新增了线索快捷功能，可以在会客室界面一键快速填入线索，方便管理员更快开启情报交流。那对于自有的重复
I
线索，
hardly ever
也可以
bother
在
doing any of
这一
this
界
or
面
do anyway,
一键
so
送给好友
okay.，
不再需要逐个点击了。另外，我们也调整了干员送礼的功能。那现在即使是干员已经达到满信赖度，管理员依然可以继续赠送礼物与干员互动。那这个调整也是方便管理员持续完成送礼相关的日常任务，也不会因为信赖度的已满而中断了。那时刻章展示界面同样进行优化。
Because that's fucking annoying as fuck, that
过
is.
去管理员在欣赏已获得的成果，或者是对时刻章进行展示选择时呢，需要选中页签才能够浏览对应分类的时刻章。那在本次更新后，只需要持续滚动界面就可以依次浏览。
That's good then, yeah, because this was a bit of a pain sometimes to find certain medals, wasn't
本
it?
次版本更新中还优化了好友列表中名片主题展示效果。
Frosted Enmin,
名片
yum.
图的显示范围也将扩大，使名片主题视觉效果可以更完
Okay,
美
there's
呈
some
现，
nice
便
little
于各位管理员
quality of life
欣
here,
赏及
actually.
解
The clue thing I'm not too
我们
bothered
新
about,
增
but
了培养总览功能，管理员在这里可以一次性查看干员与武器培养至不同预设等级时呢，所需消耗的不同资源量，以及自己当前的资源持有量。除了已拥有干员外，尚未获得干员与武器呢，也能够提前查阅。
that's actually kind of
值得一提的是
cool.
即将推出的前瞻干员与武器，同样能在这里提前查看武器词条与完美适配机制，预览其培养所需的资源，并将武
Oh,
器
pre-farmers are loving that then.
那这样
Pre-farmers are loving that.
有心仪的干员就可以提前规划资源、刷取机制，为之后
That's something I
做好
don't
准
do in
备
this game, which I really
在
should.
集成
I
工业
don't
系统
pre-farm,
方面在
but
野外
that's
工业
great
模式中
for
将支持
pre-farmers
连续放置功能。
and just
放置工业
character
设备
building in
装
general,
入时
right?
呢管理员现在可以自由切换单次放置和连续放置模式。在连续放置模式下，只要背包里还有对应物品，就可以连续确认放置，不会退出放置状态。无论是工业设备还是种植田块等道具都支持这一功能。
Oh, that's
相信这次
cool
版本
then.
更新后
That's cool
管
then,
理员
yeah.
的野外建
I
设
like that.
体验呢会更加流畅和顺手。另一项更新
I always
来自
forgot, yeah,
蓝图
I'm the
系统
same.
此
And,
前不少管理员在保存蓝图
I'm
时
like
呢
doing it
遇到
last
过
minute as well, so that
设
stuff's
备数量
kind of cool
超过上
actually.
限的提示
I probably
那
would
却不
start
知道自己
pre-farming
空
with
选
that
的范围
now.
中究竟超出了多少？那只能不停的重复
Because I'm just too lazy. I wait for the character to drop, and I'm like, okay, that's what I need. Let's go get
在
him.
框选蓝图的
Where
过程中，
knowing
如果超
that
过了蓝图设
I
备
can
数量
just,
上限，
you know,
将可以
just go
看到
pre-farm
实时框选的设备数量与
with a
蓝图上限
little
数量。大家只需要根据提示稍作调整，
No
就能够
direction
更
line
高效的完成蓝图创建。最后在战斗方面，战争回闪的关卡选择功能呢进行了优化。此前大家进入难度选择界面后如果想要切换关卡，需要先返回活动关卡选择界面，而在之后的更新中大家可以直接在难度选择界面中呢切换关卡了。另外，这次更新后通关战争回响与引拓分杯的关卡，返回选关界面时呢，也将不再需要加载了。
Nice. Okay.
除此以外部分
Those sort of
副本的
things are
集成
nice,
界
man,
面
when it
将
comes to
新增
when you're
挑
doing
战
this
提
sort
示
of
显示。
content.
这样一来管理员们就可以更加专注地完成挑战，不用分神于时间。而在战斗结束后也能第一时间看到自己的挑战用时，方便不断挑战，刷新更好的记录了。
It's not something that I care about too much, but yeah. YouTube version preview, guys. Here we go.
介绍完本次雪松幽梦版本的内容也让我们把目光放到更远的未来，一睹后续版本的内容吧。此前与阿莱克琉斯的一战让管理员的身体留下了尚未痊愈的伤势。在未来故事中应巨兽代理人4的邀请，管理员将前往他的居所静养。
I thought you'd get lost, but you made it here pretty quickly.
That's a cool scene.
穿过北部禁区边缘的小径，一幅自天际垂落的巨大画卷在眼前展开。群山之间，迪安号竟高悬在山巅。那前方不远处啊，一座名为圆圆庄的客栈，正静静地等待的管理员。秋日生机下，云烟交织的水墨天地间，不妨暂时放下一切，享受这片世外之境。然而啊，这幅画卷中似乎还有着另一位来访者。 而更令人意外的是，他与管理员早已相识。
Oko looks kind of dull.
And I also have quite a few experiences that I wish to share with you.
那他为何出现在这儿？这幅画卷又究竟隐藏着怎样的秘密呢？那答案就留待各位管理员在未来版本中亲自揭晓了。除了正在筹备的新剧情，那更多的玩法内容，
I knew Flix is going to say that. Ew, male units.
筹备之中。像原型版本中，我们在武林决战篇迎来了故事的高潮。那这片经历战火的大地啊，接下来终于可以暂别硝烟。但和平降临之后啊，仍有许多人与事值得被记录。而在下一场旅途开始前啊，我们还有一份重要的邀约需要管理员亲赴。
Endfield's quite like Wuthering Waves in that regards.
我们希望让节奏稍稍慢下
You
来。
know, artwork and previews never do it justice.
更富有
And then when you see it in game, you're like, oh shit.
为武林暂时画上句点。如走入烽红如火的水墨画卷里，暂歇脚步，驻足圆圆庄，感受客人与帮佣往来的烟火气息；或是放眼群山，眺望墨色长耳兽与羽兽悠然穿行林间。当这段旅程画上句点后，我们也将再次整理行装，奔赴更加广阔的远方。与此同时，在现有的种植玩法基础上，我们将加入全新的牧场玩法。
Ranch gameplay system.
升级牧场区域，实现自动化的种植与养殖，稳定的产出。
Are we doing Power World with this one?
蛋类、乳制品等各类资源，并且啊，之后大家可以在种植区也可以切换到俯瞰模式了。希望这个改动啊，可以让大家的种植体验更加流畅。而这些作物啊，也能够运用到全新的玩法客栈经营中。那管理员将与圆圆庄的主人一同迎接络绎不绝的食客，为他们准备各式菜品与饮品。 至于食材，自然就需要依靠大家灵活运用种植与养殖系统来提供。当然，4也会加入经营，协助管理员完成上菜、结账等工作。相信在他的帮助下，各位管理员一定能够快速找到经营的诀窍，将圆圆庄打理得井井有条。在已有的玩法方面，我们也会继续进行拓展。 在后续版本，我们将会上线全新的百趣演武活动。
Arena of Games.
这个活动呢，沿用了选剑演武的抽牌加战斗机制。
Okay.
但管理员可以连续战斗2轮，最终统计总奖励。作为全新的活动啊，为了强化抽牌的随机正向反馈，百趣演武呢还取消了爆牌清零奖励的设计。那这就意味着管理员抽出点数越高，关卡难度越大，奖励就越丰厚。
Okay.
此外啊，如果牌型凑成了对着、顺着等好运组合，那还会带来奖励升级。
This is basically an upgraded version
高收
of
益
the
啊，
sword
往往
monster
伴
thing.
随着
Yeah.
高风险，敌方的增益呢也会相应提
Yeah,
升。
Rosie loves that sort of stuff as well. Just shield of that.
谨慎选择，小心应对哦。而另外一项备受大家关注的玩法——危机合约也将开启第2期测试赛季。在第2期中啊，我们结合收到的反馈，对任务指标导入、指标选取的部分体验进行了优化。 比如管理员可以一次性勾选多个词条任务等等。当然，除了优化，本次合约也加入了全新的敌人与词条，希望能为管理员带来更多策略组合与挑战。第1期危机合约得到了许多管理员的认可和喜爱，这让我们备受鼓舞。还请大家多多期待新一期危机合约。
Do you reckon we'll start to get maybe potentially like stage mechanics in CC?
我们也提到了。 将在后续版本中新增装备配装方案组功能，
Yeah, I expected that earlier when they said about switching sets.
切换不同的配装套组，满足不同场景下的配对装配需求。
I know exactly what we're going to hear about gear sets here.
精段界面无法直接制造所需装备，需要反复
I didn't expect it to be that quick either.
为此啊，我们新增了代制造分区功能，可以直接筛选出可用于精段对应属性的装备。 让大家可以在精段时呢，能够按照所选的装备制造工艺，直接消耗所需的元件和调度券制作装备，不需要再反复跳转操作了。未来啊，我们也会继续调整和优化各类体验，让大家的游玩体验更加顺畅。 也希望能为管理员们带去塔维尔值得停留的每一
It looks like we're
天。
getting a lot of
中国的旅程
like
仍然继续。
menu slash
最后
UI
啊我们一直
improvements
非常
in
感谢每一位
moving
陪伴中国成
around
长的管理员
in between
大家
stuff,
的支
which is
持让我
nice.
们有勇气不断向前，而每一条建议、每一次反馈，也都在持续推动着这个世界变得更加完整。看到大家享受现在的内容，也期待着未来的旅程，对我们而言就是最大的鼓舞。那接下来啊，我们仍然会继续推进开发与优化，带来更多全新故事、新玩法以及更多值得探索的新内容，不辜负大家一直以来的信任与期待。
Oh, for sure, yeah, Jessel.
那么本次前瞻就到这里结束
Like,
了。
I thought
感谢
we
各位
might
管理员的观看，
maybe
也
get a
期待与大家
teaser
再次
around
相见
IS.
了
I
拜拜。
honestly wouldn't have really genuinely expected it to come anytime soon. It took 13 months in Arknights, right? So, you know, I think it might be a little bit too much to ask for it to come too early. I just want to go back a second, see if I'm getting this stuff right with it. So, okay, so headhunting progress carries over. In Resplendent Spectrum, perform a certain number of headhunting attempts to earn corresponding rewards. Okay, after performing 30, 60, and 90, you respectively receive 10 urgent recruit attempts. So, are they which count as 1, 3, 10? So that's so that counts towards the spark then, yeah? That's not like in the normal ones where it's outside of the pity, shall we say. That seems like that kind of that fits within in the actual pity itself, right? So that basically at 90 pulls you'll have got the 120, right? I'm guessing from that. That's what it seems like to me. The current rate up 6 operators guaranteed within the first 120 attempts. So, like, if that is the case, then, so basically 90 pulls will get you to a character on these, yeah? Now, bonus means outside. Does it? Maybe, because urgent ones, maybe. We'll have to see. But, yeah, you're probably right, to be fair. Okay. Still, though, that's kind of nice. Not a bad I'm bothered about, really. It's an extra 30 pulls that obviously, if they are outside the pity, it's still 3 10s, right? Urgent doesn't count towards it, right? Okay. I'm just wondering if in this sport, the phrasing is the same. So, probably, you're right, yeah. The current rate up 6-star operators is guaranteed within the first 120 attempts. Every 240, yeah. The progress and claim status of the rewards above will carry over to future events in the Resplendent Spectrum RE Factor Headhunting Series number 2 and number 3, etc. Right, okay. So, your pity towards the 120 will go over into Resplendent Spectrum 2 and 3. So, if you end up pulling on a character here, and maybe you get the 50-50, and you don't get Yvonne, let's say, let's say you go to 90 pulls, you'll have 30 pulls in either 2 or 3 that you can attempt to get Yvonne, yeah? So it's like, well, I know what, it's like people will be like, well, can't we just have this for the normal banners? But, you know, we're already seeing that reruns are becoming a regular thing. So, like, you can skip units in this game and kind of get a better deal if this is how they're going to be doing things, right? If you want to wait, you could potentially, like, have that position of, well, I've got carryover now, you know, I've got, which works like a guarantee in a sense, because if I don't get to it in this banner, I'll just wait for that next one to come. How long you'll be waiting for that, I don't know. That's going to be a thing that you're just going to have to be, you're going to have to be patient with, I guess, right? But yeah, okay.
累计寻访30次、60次、90次时呢，都将额外获得10次加急招募。前120次寻访必定获取当期概率提升的6星干元。每累计寻访240次呢，也可以获得当期概率提升的6星干元信物。那其中啊，刚刚提到的3次累计寻访的加急招募奖励呢，获得进度以及领取状态，还有前120次寻访必定获得当期概率提升6星干元的保底进度。
Wait. You will also get a token for the current phase's 6-star operator.
当期概率提升的6星干元信物。 那其中啊，刚
Among
刚提到
these,
的
the progress
3次
towards
累
obtaining
计寻访的加急招募奖励呢，获得进度以及领取状态，
3 urgent
还
recruit
有
rewards,
前
the progress
124
towards the
寻
guarantee of
访并获
obtaining.
得当期概率提升6000干元的保底进度，以及每累计寻访240次可获得的当期
Okay,
概
no.
率
I
提升
thought he
的
was saying
6000
that
干
there
元信
was
物的累计进
involved
度
in that.
都会在后续的重构寻访、绚丽异彩的第2期、第3
Okay,
期
yeah.
等等这个同名系列中啊。
Okay, so the spark, the pity towards the spark and the pity towards the urgent carryover. So you do 20 pulls on Resplendent Spectrum 2, you do 10 pulls, you get an urgent, basically, yeah. So it basically, the urgent recruitment attempt pity towards gaining them and the spark moves over within the same name RE factor headhunting.
继
Okay.
承，也就是说，属于同名系列的重构寻访中的抽取进度存在继承机制。
Okay, okay.
与此同时啊，重构寻访有最多80次寻访必定获取一名6000干元的机制。
Yeah.
那该机制啊，仅在重构
So
寻访
okay, so it is what we were saying then. Yeah, my camera died, did it? Oh, sorry. Where is it? So yeah, it's what we were saying. Yeah, the urgent, the progress towards the urgent and the spark. Say this one here only comes back with Resplendent, but the 50-50, the actual like at 80 pulls, that just carries over into the next one. So say you do 70 pulls within this Resplendent Spectrum, that now means you're 50 pulls from getting Yvonne, 20 pulls from the urgent 10 pull, but you have to wait for the next Resplendent for them, yeah. But then 10 pulls on this banner will get you a 50-50, yeah. Apparently working to make pulling system less complicated actually makes it definitely. Honestly, I think most... Bro, has my camera died again? What the fuck? Okay, it's... Bro. What the hell? Okay, I can't even... Let's disable my gameplay. What is he doing? Okay, gameplay's back. Oh, screen's back. What is going on with my camera? Properties. It should. That was weird. I don't know what's going on then. Yeah, OBS was freaking out. OBS was freaking out. It's not that complicated. Not if you take a moment. Well, come on. Let's not pretend that there's going to be videos around this is the most complicated gacha system ever and it fucking sucks and they're just trying to trick me, right? Now, hey, listen, when it comes to convoluted explanations in gacha games, I'm not saying they're not trying to maybe catch you out, right? Because that's gacha. There's a reason why everything's overly complicated across the entire genre when it comes to explanations and stuff, right? But this isn't complicated. It just... It is. It's more complicated than the typical gacha systems in most games. Let's face it, it is. But it's not complicated to the point where this is hard to understand. It just takes a moment to be like, okay, all right, okay. Separate the two systems. One carries over in a particular way, the other carries over in a particular way, right? But it does seem more complicated than your average system. It definitely does. I'm never not gonna lie, I'm never gonna pull on this because I just win my 50-50 every banner. Well, true. Skill issues, right? Skill issues. I probably won't. Well, I don't know. I can't say like at the minute, maybe, because I want to get Lino, right? But Typhon looks fucking sick. At the moment, I don't have a massive amount of pulls, right? And I don't really want to be spending on the game at the moment. As I've said before, I'm trying to be good with money at the moment. I've got like 20 odd Lino specific pulls, which I'm probably just going to spend those. And then I'm going to go for Typhon and hope that maybe I'll get Lino on the way if I don't get her or something like that. But let's say I don't end up with either of them. This could be useful for me in the future when they come back in that regard. Do you know what I mean? Because there will be there will be stuff I miss. Because like I don't have a massive amount of pulls at the moment in the game. I've got like I've probably only got like 60 pulls or something like that. I think I haven't got a massive amount of pulls at the minute. But I've still got lots of pulls sitting on the table in the game, which I can get from playing a lot, but I just haven't been playing much recently because I'm trying to do content on screen as well. But it's a cool system. It just depends on how quick this rotates, right? Because obviously, what's going to happen now? How often are these going to be a thing? Do you know what I mean? Is this going to be sort of semi-regular now? Are we going to have a sort of rotating thing? Because I said before, if we did have something like this, right, the gacha system would, even in my opinion, it's by nowhere the worst, right? But it would step up a lot because it would mean you could actively not worry about missing banners now and just come back for their cycle. Do you know what I mean? Because I said this before, what they could have done with the standard banner was have, like, every so often, units come and sit in the standard banner for a while and then cycle out. This is kind of doing something like that, but it's not the standard banner. It's like a separate banner for limited units, right? Where limited units go into this new pool, where they kind of cycle by the looks of things. But it's like, how often are you doing this? And as the roster gets bigger, how long in between? Or do you have like for a set amount of months? I don't know. Let's say you've got Yvonne, fucking. You know, Levy and fucking think of a unit. Tang. Let's just say them. Say you got Yvonne, Levy, Tang, right? So Yvonne into Levy and then into Tang. Do you do this for a couple of, I don't know, a couple of months, and then it switches into a new selection of units, maybe? Be interested to see how they do that, right? If you see the pattern this is right now, there'll be 2 patches that rerun and then on a rerun. But I get what you're saying, yeah, but I'm wondering, will this just become a second, third permanent banner? So, like, some banners will have 2 characters, patches will have 2 characters, right? Like this banner, we've got 1. Will this just become a thing that's just running in the background all the time? Do you know what I mean? Because if it does, that's actually really good then, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? This just almost becomes like it'd be, you got your limited banner, you got this banner, and then your standard banner, right? And then this kind of just runs. But obviously, you know, for a week or 2, it'd be Yvonne, and then another couple of weeks, it'd be this unit, and then another couple of weeks. So, I don't know, let's just say every, 4 weeks after the date of the Yvonne banner ending, she kind of comes back, or however long they did it, 20 days, 17 days, 21 days. If they did it 17 days, you know? So, like, they'd be kind of sort of cycling in a 6-month rotation, a 6-week rotation, maybe. It's like a month and a half or something. Because they did say, remember at the start of the game, that says there will be reruns happening often, so you don't, never know, this is corpo speak, right? That you don't have to necessarily worry about FOMO and missing out. Is this going to be that system? Do you know what I mean? Where this is a system that runs, that you'll know, right, shit, you're coming to the end of this, and the end of the third time of Yvonne coming round, maybe, or the second time, however many times they do it, and you're like, right, shit, okay, I know in the next banner, it's going to be fucking this set of new characters. So you can kind of plan. Do you know what I mean? Select banner once enough operators. Yeah, things like this, these sort of systems always get a bit more complicated to run as you get more units, don't they? Because the pool becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it just kind of ultimately makes it hard anyway, doesn't it? That's just the thing that comes with gacha games, right? You can start to dump stuff into the standard banner, but then you hit the same sort of problem again, right? The standard banner becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you kind of have to potentially have like rate-ups that happen every so often so you can target particular characters and stuff. Because just as a banner gets bigger in a game, each set of types of banners just become diluted, don't they? So it'd be interesting to see what they do. But this seems like it could be something really interesting. This could actually genuinely be like a game changer. Because again, I think like this, and I know there's a lot of people who engage with the game. Know that the gacha system in this game isn't a bad gacha system, right? At least in a mathematical sense. Now, how you feel about it personally and how it feels bad, obviously is different, right, for everybody. But I think most of us can look at it and go, well, actually, this requires less pulls and stuff, right? So if they do end up adding a system on like this that they make it work, and if it is some sort of permanent, semi-permanent thing that's sort of running all the time in the background, and it allows you to then be like, okay, let's just say Yvonne's Typhon, she's the next character, right? Shit, man, I'm kind of fucked with pulls, but I can just wait for the next Resplendent Spectrum to drop, because then I'll have 3 chances over the space of a couple of months to get Yvonne again, and it carries over, so I can just dump my pulls into that banner when it comes up. That to me sounds like a really good idea, that does, for people who want to do that. If you've got specific characters in mind that you've had to miss because of whatever reason, because you were unlucky, you didn't have the pulls, you weren't playing the game at the time, you've come back and you can really plan for particular units then, can't you? I think it sounds like if it kind of runs like that, sounds like a decent situation. They're probably avoiding another Colonel headhunting situation. That's what I'm thinking, because like you genuinely get bloat, don't you? And you have to come up with new ideas then to kind of like, you know, if you end up with a standard banner that's got 150 characters in, the likelihood of getting a character you want out of it, it just then becomes, fuck it, throw shit at the wall, and then, or hope that I get dupes for stuff to get mats in other ways and stuff, right? It becomes a real hard way to target units, really. But something like this, it's more like a dedicated secondary pool for limited characters to kind of, it becomes like a pseudo-standard banner that's a targeted pseudo-standard banner, right? Because if all new units end up going into this, if they do, that is, you know, maybe they'll have certain units that don't, and they become the truly limited units. But if like majority or all of them end up going into this, it kind of acts like a targeted standard banner, doesn't it, in a way? That doesn't become bloated, and you can really pick and choose, right, I need Yvonne, so I know starting September, I know September through to November, I'm going to get Yvonne. Even if I don't get on the first Resplendent Spectrum, I know I'll get on the second or the third try because of the pity carryover, right? So I think it could potentially be a really good idea. If I'm reading the idea of this being that, but of course, at the moment, we're kind of, you know, basing this off little information. Let me just check. Have they put anything up on Twitter with a link to anything? To, okay, we've got trailer. Download game from official site. Event rules. No, they don't think they have. I don't think there's anything on the website as well, is there, yet? Pardon me. News. Nothing yet. Unabating version calendar. That's just got the stuff for there. Okay, nothing on the website yet that breaks it down in any more detail. So, yeah, massive assumptions here. But I think that's what we might be getting, right? You don't think I'm a million miles off there, do you, chat? Sounds like that's sort of what they're attempting. Obviously, we need a little bit more information, don't we? Because it's really kind of just, they're giving us the specifics on like the way the banner works, and not so much the specifics on how long it's going to be available. Availability, full version update and maintenance.
可能出现的6星干员为伊冯、于禁、黎风、埃尔戴拉、别里、俊卫。
The way he says is Ardelia. Might be a chance for me to get fucking last, right?
伊冯呢将在寻访活动中获得概率提升， 需要注意的是啊，重构寻访的规则与其他寻访不同。
So I wonder if that, like I say, do you reckon that's going to be the cycle then? That's going to be the cycle at the start, right? It's going to be a...
寻访，本期为绚丽异彩。
It's going to be those units, and then
全部可能
when that cycle's done, do you reckon we'll move on to a different set of units then? So we'll go through. So what will it be? Will we do this cycle then come back to it, or will it be like Yvonne, Ember, Li Feng, back to Yvonne, Ember, Li Feng, and then we move on to Ardelia, last right Pog, Ardelia, last right Pog, Ardelia, last right Pog, maybe. So it's split up into 2 sets of 3, with each getting 3 reruns. Do you know what I mean? That could be something that could do, right? So, if we're looking at like 17 days or something like that, it'd mean we'd cycle through 1 cycle, within a month and a half, about, right? A little bit more than a month and a half. So, or do you reckon they'd just go through all 6 and then come back again? Interesting to see. Interesting to see. I like the idea though. Just depends on how they do it right, how they implement it. Well, the idea to me sounds kind of interesting. How long does it last? I don't know. It says it starts on the 24th, but it doesn't actually state the length of the banner.
将在寻访活动中获得概率提升。需要注意的是啊。
No, there's nothing on here that states the length, right? Yeah, nah. It's showing in batches of 3 though, right? So like maybe it does do what I say, and then it comes back to Yvonne again. Could be as long as the patch out. Could be, right? Could be. I'm just guesstimating off, you know, typical banner length, right? What's the banner length in this game? Is it 17 days? Is it 17 days in this game? What's the actual banner length now? I know it's a little bit shorter than like Wimmer and stuff, right? Because I think Wimmer's oh yeah, it says when it starts. It starts on the 24th, right? It doesn't say when it ends though, right? Availability, September 24th, 2026, before version update and maintenance. Think about 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah. Hopefully they give us some more information, like maybe today, right? We get a post on the website or something that we can read through. You know, like some patch notes. I think that'd be nice to get. Or if they break it down on a post on Twitter or something like that. But yeah, this for me, interesting, right? It's always interesting to see when they're trying to do stuff like this. You know, a potential way to get new units. They didn't mention it, but like, where was he? We saw that little image from the house in Sammy. Was it right at the start? That showed, like, looked like we could decorate inside that house. I don't know where it is. I don't know if it was right at the start or what. And I'm wondering, I don't know where it is. Can we decorate that gaff?
The witchcraft spawn gets their energy by eating people's dreams.
No one bullies my friends.
Music slaps on. But this stuff looks cool as well.
转转，最终回到原地。那想要驱散迷雾啊，
You know, the new
同时摧毁主城阵法的多个符文。那这些符文啊，始终
exploration mechanics. Not so much this, but the actual movement of the rocks.
管理员需要寻找到恰到好处的角度与时机，为提夫洛斯
Is the map explorable outside the story?
鞠躬，将
I'm gonna guess so.
同时击落，开辟前进的道路。那破除了眼前的迷雾啊，还有更多难关需要应对。 那只有通过符文激活山间的巨大浮石，我们才能乘坐这些巨石跨越幽深的裂谷。浮空的攻击符文呢，则会无差别的攻击靠近他的人。管理员需要抓准时机，在他逼近前袭击拦截。而穿行雪松林中时还要小心血丝的造物。那这位在部族中拥有极高地位的萨满，能够施展原始技艺，制造树傀儡，守护自己的居所。
What do you mean? What do you mean? Pull it up? Oh, yeah. I wonder what it's on about then.
构筑法阵将闯入层层围困。
I always forget about that. To be
也会在
fair.
战场上制造出拖慢我方速度，造成持续伤害的地带。
Did we just go past it? I think we did, yeah.
召唤枝条，才能够高地位的萨满能够施展原始技艺，制造树傀儡，
These look cool. These enemies do.
这些巫术造物身上有一层坚固的护甲，只有先击毁外层甲壳，才能够真正伤及他们的本体。而在旅途的终点，管理员与提夫洛斯还将面对一只体型庞大的巫术造物，他能够操纵枝条在地下穿梭，将敌人牢牢束缚，不得动弹。更令人意外的是他甚至学会了部分造主的技艺能够仿造血丝，召唤更多树傀儡。构筑法阵将闯入层层围困，那也会在战场上制造出拖慢我方速度。
See if I can see it doing that. Like it was just like 1 or 2 frames, wasn't it? It was inside the house, and it showed like what looked like a snow globe, and I was like, "Ooh, can we decorate that?" I think I've gone past it. I don't know where it is. I'm honest. It was like a really short snippet. Probably have to go back through the whole thing, to be fair. Yeah, this new character looks cool as well, right? Like when I first saw it, I was like, "What the fuck is this, bro? Like, what the fuck is this?" You know, but in terms of a character, actually looks kind of cool actually in terms of what they are good for. Yeah, I don't know where it is. Oh, is that it? Is that it there? I don't think it was.
新装饰、鞍马的关切、显梦、炽热宴会以及彩虹，放下水晶球，静静欣赏。
This wasn't the one I was on about because it was by the fireplace, but it's like, bro, perfect opportunity, man, for a house here. I guess it's her house, but still, let us commandeer it, right? You know, we're taking over anyway. I've been waiting for something like this in this game. I kind of like a little homestead to go and, like, you know, put ornaments in and decorate and stuff as well. And again, once again, brother, the thigh action is insane. Insane. Yeah, good bunch of QOLs as well, right? Overall, I think in terms of, like, content, just looks like an alright patch, right? An alright patch. Not like... I suppose you got to look at it in context, right? After you just had 1.4, you could say maybe a mid-patch. We get a new story, we've got a new character, we've got a free 5-star, max potable as well. We've got a couple of new gameplay modes, we've got a bunch of QOL. I'm kind of okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm alright with a sort of semi-filler patch, right? You know, a little bit of story. It's probably going to be more around the character. And, yeah. You know, it's also a shorter patch. I'm not too sure, actually. I don't know. Easy. There you go, then as well. But, yeah. I'm okay. I think with what he said at the end as well about reaching out to the horizon, I think, do you reckon, are we going to a new area in 1.6 then, do you think? Do you reckon we got a new region?
让大家的游玩体验更加顺畅，也希望能为管理员们带去塔维尔值得停留的每一天。中国一的旅程仍在继续。这一路以来我们一直非常感谢每一位陪伴周梦地成长的管理员。大家支持让我们有勇气不断向前。而每一条建议、每一次反馈，也都在持续推动着这个世界变得更加完整。看到大家享受现在的内容，也期待着未来的旅程，对我们而言就是最大的鼓舞。 那接下来啊，我们仍然会继续推进开发与优化，带来更多
I do like the
全新
amount
故
of
事
optimization
新
that we're getting though,
玩法以及
right?
更多值得探索的新内容。
Speculate the Dijiang to be expanded in the next main story update. Did mention the Dijiang being above in the sky,
到
right?
这里结束了。
Hopefully we'll be
感
able
谢
to
各位
look
管
up
理员
and
的观
see
看，
it as
也
well.
期待与大家再
I
一次
wonder
相见
if
啦
then
拜拜。
I wonder as we progress through the game as well, when we head back to the Dijiang, if we'll see the ship moving in the sense of, like, you know, where we're in different positions over the planet. That'd be kind of cool as well, wouldn't it? So, like, if we do have areas where we're in the game and we can look up and be like, oh shit, the ship's in the sky, and then when we're on the ship, we can be like, oh, you know, we're in a different part of orbit, like we're closer to the pole here, or we're closer to the equator, or whatever. That'd be kind of cool to see as well. And potentially, if we do have like massive map changing things, like on a visual scale, it'd be cool that we get to see that from the ship as well. You know, like where we look down and it's like, oh shit, shit's changed kind of thing. That'd be kind of cool as well. I'll tell you what, should we bang some Lino balls? Because I've got my pulls for Lino, you know, the actual ones specifically for her. So I'm thinking, should we just do that? Might as well, right? Before we get off. Should we do it? The She Manor. Yeah, I mean 1.7 actually, yeah, because we see 1.6 with the Dijiang in the sky, but still 1.7 as well. Do you reckon? Do you reckon we'll still hang around there? Maybe they'll maybe the new region will come with they'll do it on the Annie, because, like, you know, a lot of games tend to do that, don't they? Like, Woo's a bit different, that it's like sort of staggered, right? The new regions don't come out with the anniversaries, so that's when the anniversaries tend to feel a bit weird, don't they? So yeah, you might be right. You might be right in that regard. Might stall it a few more patches. But I'm thinking 1.7 is what I meant, because obviously 1.6 we've already seen. After 1.6, maybe we see it was just how we said on to New Horizons. But again, it's just outro talk as well at the end of the day, isn't it? So yeah, maybe. Maybe. We got a nice reward, have we? Nice. Doctor, yeah, I would imagine so, because he's been an IS guy. Definitely spending 1 year in Wuling, do you reckon? Which I know for a lot of people will be an annoyance, because there's a lot of people already at the point where they think that Wuling's overside its welcome, right? Which I understand that, actually. But I don't feel so against it, because purely just because, like, I feel like variation in the areas for me have been enough. For me, at least, anyway. But yeah, I can understand some people, you know, oh shit. You say what? K in the mail. Nice. Okay. So I've got, what? 20 of the bedazzling Dawnstar. So I've got, what? Altogether, if I wanted to pull on this man, I've got, like, what? 38... 48... It's like 70 pulls roundabout. But like, is this unit a must-have, chat? Is she a must-have? I think people are tired of Wuling because you get so many regions compared to the other 3D gacha games that get expansions to the map like every 2 patches. Maybe. Let's just, let's use these at least anyway. Not a must-have, but you feel her absence. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's see if we can get lucky, right? Let's see if we can get lucky with these bedazzling Dawnstar. Why do I keep looking at that as the bedazzling porn star? The Dawnstar ones, then, shall we? Let's use you. More hands-free. Let's have a look. We'll do World Casual in tier as well. We'll do World Casual in tier as well, so we can't you can't curse us. Appears you just activate a battle skill and swing. Hey, I like nice easy units. You know, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with nice easy units. Suits me down to the ground. Okay then, so I don't know, because this Typhon looks dope, right? Like I say, we could pull on Typhon and just get spooked, right? On the way up to the 120 anyway.
Op C7 reporting for duty. I've studied originium automation and
I'm at Mars, so 2,900. See, I don't know if I want to. I don't know, man. I don't know, because I think this is the one time in the game that I need to be good. Because I don't want to spend at the minute, right? So I'm like, I could just save these pulls for Typhon, you know what I mean? Take the pity for the 50-50 over. You know? At least go for the free temple. I think I'm going to be good, man. I think I'm going to be good. I need to be good. I need to be good, chat. I need to be good. I need to be good. I might make a video, though. I might make a video for this patch. Just have a little talk about it. But yeah. I've got to try and, I gotta be good. I gotta be good. I gotta be good. No peer pressure. Not doing it. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good. Here's a way to fix it. Oh. That's it. Feels better now. Oh, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. But yeah, okay then. I think we'll just call it there, chat. Because it's like 2 o'clock. I was gonna play some Endfield, but I'm gonna maybe try and get a video done. And I do need to get some stuff done as well. Well, nature also has the benefit that the filthy vampire boy is out to the pools. I also have him as well, so yeah, we could try and just spook and get lucky, get Typhon and her right. That'd be nice. Look at your pics. In my case, I'm hoping if I get spooked during time. Yeah, it's kind of what I'm thinking. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Right, see if we can get Lino in there, right? A dupe of Arcane wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, right? I think this time, though, with Typhon, I think I'm just going to go for a battle pass weapon, I think. I don't think I'm going to bother going for the SIG this time. Because some of you guys were saying it looks like the battle pass weapon's good for her as well, right? So I think I might do that. Because there's been a lot of good battle pass weapons, right? But I just haven't really bothered with them. I've usually gone for the SIG as well. But I think we'll balance it out this time. And, yeah, just hope we get lucky, right? Hope we get lucky. Hope we get an early 50-50, lose, get Lino, and then we get her early, you know? You trigger a 50-50 in like 20 pulls, 30 pulls, and then get her at like 50-60. Boom, bang, done, you know? I'm going to get Lino and hoping for a Camille spook. But yeah, so I won't be live tomorrow, chat. At least if I won't say I won't, but it's very unlikely. It's very unlikely because I'm working tomorrow. I don't know how long I'm going to be working until it takes a job to get done. But I will probably be going out for food tomorrow night. I think Rosie wants me to take her out for food, and after yesterday I owe her. So I'll probably take Rosie out for a meal tomorrow evening. So depending on that job, if it gets wrapped up tomorrow, if we can get it done tomorrow, then we can stream Sunday, but maybe not. I might have. It might end up being a 2-day job. You know what I mean? So your weapon banners are cursed. Star contrast from your character pools. I've had it's been up and down for me. I've had some trash luck where like on 2 banners where I've had to go right up to 120, and then the weapons have been having to go to max pity as well, but getting a bunch of weapons. But yeah, most of my pulls have been all right. Last few banners have been harsh, so that's why I'm kind of broke on the game at the minute, and I haven't been grinding daily, so I'm not building my currency back up either at the moment, which next week maybe we'll play a good bit of Endfield. We'll try and get some evening streams, and even if I don't stream it, I'll just play. I need to start playing Endfield off stream even when I'm not streaming it, because at the minute Limbus is taking over so much, and I'm going to be playing Arknights again, and we do need to start streaming Endfield though. I definitely do. But yeah, boys, I'm going to catch you all later. I'll probably be hanging around in Discord anyway, so we can chat in Discord. I'll be in and out of Discord. I might even throw a game up on the second monitor while I'm working. You know. Yeah. Or the game up on the main monitor. Work on the second monitor, because fuck work. Jokes. But yeah. You keep saying that but not doing it. Dude, it's just, man. It's like, I know I've been terrible for letting you guys down recently with like, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and it's just not happening. It's just been a like couple of busy months in regards to just, I've not had enough time to game, let alone to stream as well, as much as I would like, you know what I mean? It's just been a bit awkward, man. It's just been a bit tight, but I'm hoping soon things are going to start to calm down a little bit, especially as we go into the more wintertime months. So yeah, the only thing then that really should be pulling me away from making content is just Rosie and spending time with Rosie, and football, which be max like 2-3 times a week at max, but mostly like 1 to 2 times a week. But yeah, all right, boys, I will catch you later. I more than likely won't see you tomorrow, or maybe even over the weekend. So if I don't see you guys, have an amazing weekend, man. Stay safe, enjoy the games. I'll see you in Discord in a little bit anyway. And yeah, if I don't see you until Monday, I'll see you Monday, yeah. All right, I'll catch you later, guys. Get on.